Hello. Hey, Pilgrim, right here at the beginning of the happy Sunday, Easter Sunday stream. I don't know why anyone would be here, but well, you're welcome. Come on by if you want to. It's just going to be a pretty, I think we got a packed content. I specifically have a packed content stream today because that's how I roll around here. First of all, there is going to be a freshly poured can of Diet Coke. I don't want to hear anything about a Coke, potential Diet Coke drought or some kind of import tax on Diet Coke, import tariffs. It's made in America, isn't it? They don't say where your actual Coke is made. It just says Atlanta, Georgia. But I'm pretty sure this Coke is not actually made in Atlanta, Georgia. My guess is it's made right here in California. You know what I mean? And all over. Diet Coke. What does it taste like, you might ask, if you've never tried it before? Nobody knows. You can't really describe it. It tastes like brown, cold brown fizzy. Oh my God, that's good. All right. The other thing we have is the beautiful blue Bluetooth controller. Let me just describe the content in a little bit in advance, which I always like to do. Welcome in, trickle in. People take a little while to come in here. I'm broadcasting live today on the twitch.tv as well as the YouTube live. I'm pretty excited we'll probably be here for like at least 2.5, maybe 3 hours, maybe more, 3 hours. I could see 3 hours and I'll tell you why. A lot of content today. We're going to fly around. We're going to fly around in an unusual probably a couple of different unusual aircraft, but at least one unusual electric powered aircraft. Not the Jetson one that we flew yesterday, the other one. After whatever 1 or 2 flying missions, something relaxing, maybe some urban canyon carving. I mean, we literally went to the Grand Canyon and then was carving urban canyons in Rome the other day. We go all over the place. I'll play this guitar. I've decided that made a command decision. Today's guitar is the Walnut Les Paul Artisan. It's called a custom, Artisan. It's got the double binding it's got a heavy body. It's got binding on the neck. It's got these really fancy inlays. I mean, they're fancy as shit. Les Paul limited edition custom, really fancy. It's an Epiphone though. It's not made in America. Still really cool. When I say signature, I'm referring to the back of the headstock. You can't see from this direction. From this direction, you can kind of see it here. It's got that well-known signature. It's not like signed by the dude. It's under the paint. Lee Malia, the guitarist of Bring On the Horizon, a metal band. It's a long story, but apparently he got his own custom model. This is like 10 years ago, about 11 years ago. They don't really come out with like these kind of things anymore. They stick to more traditional things, but this was a reproduction of a very rare Les Paul guitar that was made in America in the 70s with this particular pattern and all these fancy. It was very high end than the custom. They didn't make very many of them. It's a long story. Okay, so that's the guitar. Then, we're also going to do the brain trivia. We're going to do 2 Quirtles, 2 Octurtles, and excuse me. Two Wordles, 2 Octurtles, and the tightrope trivia quiz. Okay, so I haven't even gotten to. Okay, so we'll do that between the guitar section and the flight section, and then oh my God, so much content already. I'm already tired. I mean, Jesus. I shouldn't probably be saying that on this particular day. The Lego portion of the day. There's going to be at least 2 builds of this. This is a really unusual, cool looking Lego piece called the Walt Disney Tribute Camera. Can you look at that, baby? And it comes with this thing up here, like this little, I don't know what you'd call that, with Walt there and the minifigs there, like a little panorama there, and then this camera. I've had my eye on this. Yeah, well, it's always here. Maybe that is it. It has a distinctive. I mean, is it fruity? Is it spicy? Is it something? I don't know what it is. Anyway, I've had my eye on this kit for a while, and I hadn't bought it. I just thought it'd be really fun to have. I'm waiting for it to go on sale. Guess what happened? It went on sale. It's like 25% off. I think maybe still on sale at Amazon, but I don't know for sure. But I grabbed it because I'm like, shit, yeah. So this is an 811 piece puzzle. That's also very unusual and irregular. I like those. So I'm sure it will take longer than one build, but hopefully we could build maybe today and tomorrow. We'll have to see. It might not. We'll have to see if we build tomorrow and complete it in 2 builds. But that means at least an hour and a half. It might be 3 builds. I can tell, but we'll have to see what my patience is. But basically, I just put it on the floor. We'll see what we make progress. The thing about Lego builds is they're fun, but they don't look like much until really near the end when you kind of assemble all the little sub-assemblies that you've been building a lot of time for. All this one should look cool in that this little panorama, this little landscape thing, whatever I'm talking about here, should be kind of there's a bunch of separate things that you kind of build. We'll have to see what the order things are. So I'm excited about that. We'll get started with that later today. So hey, lots of content coming up. Glad you joined. I'm hoping today is a very light day in terms of viewership. Trust me, because it's a Sunday. Most of my people come by who are regular come by on the weekdays. And I don't blame them, because they're taking a little break off from work during the day or whatever, or maybe in the evening to come by, watch me drink my Diet Coke, fly around a bit. All right, let's get moving with the gaming. The gaming. There's me and there's you. There's my little window of opportunity. And here is the main screen for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. We're going to do, it's going to take us a little while to get off the ground here. So I want to get started. And the reason why is I want to set up a custom, is it the Archer? It's not the Archer Midnight. Okay, there's a couple options here. If we look over where the Jetsons is, where was that one? Where's the Jets? EFGHIJ, right near the Jetsons. It's down here. The Jetson one, oh, right, it's the Joby. There's the Jetson one. That's the one we flew around the Grand Canyon. It's really just a drone that's for going up and down. It's really not for going. And I mention that's because the rotors only go this way, up and down. Whereas on the Joby, they rotate. They start off vertically, and then they rotate, or they move. I want to see if I can get now that I know a little bit more about how to set up unique control configurations. I want to see if I can set up the correct control configuration that would take into account the use of my throttle body. Hopefully we'll see what we mean once we get on the ground here. All right, so we're gonna save this, and yeah, today I'm gonna see if I can find Amboy. Okay, so you start at LA, and you head out to the middle of nowhere. Barstow. Okay, that's not it. Ludlow. Here it is. Perfect. Amboy Field. I think this is the one. Set as departure. But I guess we're going to start. We don't really need a runway. You know what? Because of this, I'm actually going to start hot because, as you see, what I'm really going to be trying to figure out is my control scheme here. Last time I tried to fly this plane and I had my throttle body hooked up, it didn't work until I unplugged the throttle body. And you'll see, it was kind of obvious. And what made me work is that it's got specialized set of controls. Because it's kind of a drone that can convert to a plane. Okay. So you can see it's got those. What's going on here? Hopefully it's not. I don't want to be moving. Stop. Stop. Do I have brakes? Do I have anything? Can I control this? Hold on. Let me see if I can stop. There we go. Okay. Pause. Guess that. All right. Let's take a look around here. Does that look like I expected to? Yeah, perfect. That's the Amboy, little Amboy. So our project here is to take off. But first, I even just want to see if we can set up the control schemes. Now, the fact that the engine's motors turned off is fine. They're electric motors. They turn on and off. The issue is being able to control the position of various things. So before I do that, first I want to make sure I could. Okay, that's the throttle over here. So I have the throttle mapped to there. There's an auto throttle though, and then this. Oof, but there's a flight mode switch, I think, which we need to figure out. Okay, there's map range. That's fine. It's basically, I haven't flown this like maybe twice. Okay. This doesn't do anything. Disengage all automatic modes. Okay. Battery on. FCS interceptors. So there's already some unusual stuff. What's this here? Armrest. Okay, that doesn't do anything. All right, so then you got your Garmin's there. That's navigational, and this shows your power. Now, hover controls. Here is where it gets interesting, because you have aircraft mode, right? Load or fly? No, is that? There's some mode of flying. Soft key. This is interesting. So we can open up the doors and like the cargo door from here. I just want to check that out. Yeah, okay, cool. There's a cargo door. I've never done some of this stuff. This is all, I've never pushed these buttons. I haven't had the patience. All right, so you can close them there. Okay, it's closed. All right. And then you hit back. I'm just trying to see what else you do. Okay, there's aircraft mode, which didn't really do anything. So you have to load to fly. And CAS page. Yeah, I don't know what that's for. So sim actions. You can do the charger. There's 4 doors. I'm just checking this before we take off, because after, you know, you want to know what you're doing. Okay, this is all part of the, that's, okay. That's also DTC. The only other interesting thing here is this auto throttle. All right, we'll figure it out. Let's fly around a bit. All right, so I guess it's an automatic system. Right, it kind of automatedly puts you in a mode where you can take off pretty quickly, right? Let's find out. Yeah, you just kind of take off quickly. And I mean, but then how do you put it in like a hover mode? I gotta check. There's some of these buttons here. Short decel to hover. Decel to hover. Okay. Decel to hover active. Okay. So as we decel to hover, it automatically, basically it's all computer controlled. You don't control those nacelles there. Oh, there's some interesting stuff going on. But you just put it in a hover mode and then kind of reduce power. So we're going to see if we can hover around this this really cool Amboy. This is some it was free add-on scenery, but it includes this cool little motel kind of thing. This is Route 66, and apparently, okay, I want to check something. Okay, so do we have rudder controls? Like, can I go left and a little bit, but not much? Okay, I still want to see how do you slow? I'm trying to reduce power here because I still have it in. I want to see if I can get negative vertical speed here, or it'll effectively control. Yeah, I think it doesn't matter what I reduce the throttle to. I think there's some other way of going down, right? Oh, okay. No, okay. We got a little bit of vertical speed. The thing is, you don't move forward. I mean, we're going backwards a little bit, which kind of is counterintuitive. So you turn out of decel mode, what happens? Can I still... Okay, you turn out of decel mode, and now you're still in hover. I'm still learning about this. This is an unusual system. Okay, so I could land horizontally. I don't really want to land here, so I'm trying to give myself a little more power. I gotta move the stick like all the way. But at least I can. It looks like it's fairly easy to control in this mode, right? I can. Okay, that's how that turns. Okay, that's the rudder turning. And I should be able to pretty much land wherever I want, like a drone. A nice soft landing, and then take off again. Let's try it. Let's see if we can land like right here. and we can get out and explore Roy's a little bit. Some you know, kind of low end venture capitalist guy bought this whole thing and trying to revive it as a tourist destination. It's real kitschy. I don't exactly know who's going to want to come in here. We're still we're hovering over the ground in a real steady manner that even a helicopter can't do. But that's okay. It seems like there's that plane there's some randomness here. That plane is different every time. I mean, or there's certain assets here. They're kind of random position. Okay, I want to park here. You know, maybe we should park over there. Now I'll park here. I'm going to turn myself a little bit this way. It's wild. I mean, it's definitely kind of unique. We can set ourselves down and just turn things off. It just turned into a person. Whatevs. Okay, we're going to take off again and fly around. I'm really getting the hang of this, I think. The key is this button here, which is the decel button. No function on ground. So if we take off, well, okay. I don't know what disengage is supposed to do. Auto throttle. I'm still figuring things out. Wait, I don't know what any of this does. Map range control. I guess that's all for the electronic systems. And then the armrest. I really think the armrest is okay. Look at the back. Oh, we have like passengers, and they all look like they're on meth. So we should probably they want to check out. All right, let's fly around a bit more. So we do this. Oh yeah, so it automatically kind of goes this way, but it doesn't take long to take off. And then you can fly like a plane if you want. I mean, you can just fly like, wee. You're not a plane, but you can pretend you are. So we'll do this for a while, and then we'll do that transition to hover mode again. It's fairly, you know, we're getting some decent G's here. And I guess you're not going to stall out because it's not really aerodynamic. The wing isn't providing the lift as much as the propellers are. But yeah, they go into that forward. They're all forward mode, and basically it's a plane, like an Osprey. It's pretty wild. Have I found any Easter eggs? There probably are some. I don't know. Yeah, some of these people look like they're not having a great time on this trip here. Yeah, that redhead's kind of angry. She'll be fine. Look, they paid for a 20-minute desert tour, and they're getting one. But no, I did not realize this plane had random tourists in the back. This might be part of the, 2024 has a it's Uncanny Valley. You've heard that term? Has a career mode where you learn to be a commercial pilot. I don't do it because I find it kind of dull. Speaking of kind of dull, check out the desert. Actually, there's this really cool cinder cone here. Let's check it out. I don't think we could land at it, so we're gonna try. Maybe that's what these people came to see. By cinder cone, I mean it's kind of like a mini volcano, and it shows a lot of volcanic activity. All right, so from here, it's right here. Boy, we are moving fast. We're gonna try switching to decel hover active to hover. Okay, so what that's gonna do is we bring the power down, and slowly what should happen is right. First it decelerates a whole bunch, and then it's gonna start bringing up the angle. See that? There it just went. Okay, it's pretty cool. I mean, it takes a while to predict how this is gonna work, and then you can push the button again, and now you kind of have that control that you need. I think that's how it's supposed to work. Anyway, you can see there's this cinder cone. Okay, can we move down? There we go. For some reason, I think it's kind of programmed in a weird way, or I don't fully understand it. But we have to hit this again. There we go. I'm not exactly sure how that button works. Got the engine off. We're going to put the engine on a little bit here. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of trees around. It looks like there's some hiking trails up here. I've never tried to land inside this thing before. Because obviously not everything is going to be conducive to that. I think there's like a little clearing here, over here, here. From here, this is what it looks like. Trying to find this little tiny clearing up here. I think it's actually a really precise weapon for point landings. We should try landing it on a aircraft carrier. Those are tiny, tiny targets. That's what it looks like from here. You can see it's a little easier from that. I'm just basically trying to land on the pinpoint here. It's very stable. And I basically think you can land it on a pinpoint if you wanted to. But it's all because of the computers. Yeah, I'm barely doing anything except kind of say, yeah, I want to go down now. Shut off the thing. That's really cool, though. Yeah, again, you see those little circles there? That's where I've been kind of thinking would be a good landing point. And yeah, that's as close as you're going to get. Even a helicopter, I think, would be harder to land. And the idea is that, yeah, it's a drone. It's not a helicopter. You're not directly controlling anything. It's got, what, 6 engines? And then that weird thing is that the ones on the back, I keep thinking those nacelles move, but the ones on the front, the nacelles are fixed to the front of the plane or the wing, so they have a different mechanism for moving. But you can kind of see it there, the tail with the motor up, and kind of that scissor mechanism for moving the. Interesting. It's a really cool design. I don't know if this is real or not. All right, let's fly him back to the. We'll fly back to the. You guys are probably ready to go back to the hotel. Let's see if we can power up and get that hell back. Oh yeah, that might be a problem. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We might have to hit this. We'll be fine. That wasn't good. That'll start us in the air. Yeah, that's the other thing is that I think there's another way to start vertically, and I didn't do it right. Okay. What are we doing here? Can I move? Oh yeah, we have to figure out a way to transition the other way. I don't know how to do that. Is that this thing? Disengage? Or is it automatically? Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, when you get enough forward speed, it figures you need more forward speed, and it lowers the engine. It's the only issue I have about it is it's trying to. It's basically it's all automatic, and I would prefer like a little more manual control over the modes. And it might be possible, but it might not. But yeah, okay. So we moved into flight mode kind of automatically here. We're gonna go land back at the hotel for the motel there. And we'll go inside. We'll go inside. It's got some cool little mementos. And apparently, somebody went out there for this content and checked it out. So basically what you have to do is you kind of have to time how far away you are. And then hit that button there that says decelerate to, right around here, I'd say, decelerate to hover. And then it will start slowing down. Because, yeah, we're going pretty fast. And it's either going, fast or pretty fast. But then as we slow down here, you'll see the engines are going to turn. They're going to slow down a little bit more. There we go. The engines are going to turn up so they can start putting us in hover mode right in a second. All right? I think so. There they go. And they basically, there's no intermediate mode. It's either forward or I guess I don't know exactly how that works. All right, we're hovering. There is intermediate modes. All right, let's see if we can get it to hover and land right in the right in front of the again, I got to push the button again, I think, here. I have it all on air conditioning flap. That's useful, I'm sure. So, I mean, it has a little picture of what it's doing, but it's all automated. So I want it to go forward. Gotta give it more gas. So okay, there's this weird when it's in this mode. There's this unusual, and it's I don't know. It's kind of intuitive, but you have to understand there's a moving the throttle and the stick at the same. Oh, too low. There we go. At the same time to kind of smoothly move, and then I can also do rudder controls. Anyway, yeah, this is all realistic. There's some guy bought this thing. It was already called Roy's. It's not Roy. Roy's passed away a long time ago. Okay, let's see if we can land here. Reduce power, and this is what it looks like from here. Basically, you just put it down. Oops. Wait, what's going on here? I put engine to zeros. Wait, what are you doing? It took them a while to shut down. Interesting. It's fine. All right, let's get out and walk around. I'll show you what I mean. But okay, so they redid the. I mean, it's got this cool Route 66. They're having a barbecue here. You can see what they're cooking. They got burgers on there. They got the buns. They got fries. It looks like I don't know where they're making the fries. But it looks like some of those are ready to come off the gas grill there. There's, of course, a Crown Vic, because there always is a Crown Vic. Here's your roadside attraction. Well, let's check out the inside. It's kind of cool. Hello, how you guys doing? Oh, okay. This is the... okay, right. This is the... right, that's not the cafe. The cafe's over here. Or no, this is the lobby of the motel. And this is the Roy guy that apparently kind of founded this whole little area. But then it's all been kind of fixed up, and they've got like a TV there. And, you know, there's your keys, and they've got like a phone. I'm sorry. It's just really cool looking. I mean, I just don't know who'd want to come out here. But then, yeah, you can rent these probably renovated cottages, or you could stay in the actual motel, you know. I guess they have a regular motel that's basically a motel. Boy, they really have a lot of details. Like, you have a room with a tube TV, but I mean, is that true? You know what I mean? And like an on-wall heating system. You can go in the bathroom. Is it all? Yeah, the bathroom is fully decorated. This whole area is more decorated than you think it's gonna be. I'm not sure why. Oh yeah, and up here, and you can see things like, you know, just for an isolated area, they have to have power. So they have like storage tanks for water, and I think for fuel, and they have like a generator building here. That's how I think they get electricity, or like a portable generator. Anyway, that's it. And they got a school bus. I just really like this little Amboy terrain, which was a free download. Oh boy, this does not look like it's going to do well in the rain. This building, it's got a little like it's got a little old rusty stove. I bet you it's all exactly what it looks like. That was really cool though. All right, we're gonna do a different mission, but yeah, this plane is, you have to get into it. It's definitely futuristic. It doesn't fly like a plane. It does a lot of things that a plane can't. As far as precision landing on a spot, I think you could do this with this a lot easier than other things. And you can also get from point A to point B. I don't think it has a does it have a hold on. Does it have an autopilot? I'm just curious whether one of these things says autopilot here. Flight plan. But is there an autopilot built into like this system? There has to be an autopilot. Okay, so hover controls. My only question is this touch sensitive? You know, can you move these around? Oh yeah, sim actions. We can open the doors while we're sitting here. And plug in the charger, which is kind of cool because there's the charger, right? So there's a charger back there. And it's probably a diesel charger. And you can see it plugged into by a cable into the wing. I guess there's two of them, two cables. And all the doors are open. So I'm just saying, you know, details, fun details that we haven't tried before. That's the first time I tried that. All right. Wow. Well, we're progressing through the Microsoft Flight Simulator content. I am definitely going to have a little Diet Coke to... I think we should do a more traditional flight kind of airplane. You know, nothing electric. Do I want to... My only question is here, do I want to take a screenshot? I mean, I think... Are these guys going to get out? I mean, this is your destination. It does say kensh 9 or 9 or 9 on it. And it is a while to craft, so I think we do want to take a screenshot. Whoops. Why did it do that? I guess it's interesting. I mean, it should be off. I mean, my throttle is off, but the propeller interacts with the throttle and the stick, which is this thing here. With the stick on the right, that thing there. So when I do certain things, it interprets that as me wanting to do something, even though the throttle on that side is down. In the real world, I think it would be very intuitive, but because of the way I have it set up with the different things, it's actually kind of takes some practice. Oh yeah, I was gonna take a picture here. I mean, a screenshot. This will have to do. Then we'll do ride number 2. I don't know where. Somewhere else in some different kind of plane. There we go. Screenshot. All right. Main menu. I feel like starting something up that's got like a meaty kind of thrumming to it. So let's pick the plane first. Let's start at the top of the rotation here. Okay, it's gonna have to have a kind of no jets. No electric planes. Something's got a throaty start to it. Oh, we'll do the Britten Norman Islander, but which one? Let's set up this one. It's always a cool one. People like the configuration too. Let me check the configuration. Yeah, this is the one it's a maritime. It's set for maritime rescue. There's also a FIGUS control, which is fishing and something and water agriculture control. It's also actually that's a really cool one. Bright red fishery patrol. We'll do the fishery patrol. It's bright, so bright. It's so bright. All right, so we were in America. We were in California. We couldn't get. How far away from California can we get? Let's see if the trees are still kind of cherry trees are still there. We're gonna take it from here, but not at whatever time of day it is there. Nice afternoon flight. Oh gosh, yes, we're cold starting. It's one of my favorite planes to cold start. So we're on to it. It's just a vibe. So we'll do a checkout flight in this plane. We're gonna see what the foliage looks like, the foliage. And then, hey, we've got a 3-part stream today. We're gonna be streaming. I'm gonna be streaming for a long time. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, we're still in part 1. We got part 2. We're gonna rip my guitar out. I'll probably be playing along, gonna be singing. Maybe I'll do some karaoke. Excuse me. Oh, we got it. We're gonna do the brain teasers. Oh, so much content. All right, fishery patrol. Look at this beauty. We're gonna walk around. Look at that giant radome. And all the. We don't have. Fortunately, we do not have to pull the chocks off or take the pitot covers off. I don't think. Right? Actually, do we? Well, we do, but we do it from the interior. I don't know what those are. Is that good? Oh. Okay. Well, those are the pitot tubes. They're not covered. All right, let's get in and start this puppy up. We got these 2 turbo. Actually, are those piston engines? They're 2 piston engines. So, hello, sir. Do you mind if we step inside your? All right, here we are. Okay. There's stuff up there. Stuff up there. So first, let's get our fuel selectors turned on. Let's get our master power down, which is down here. Let me just get rid of that. All right. External power on. Generators on. Beacon lights on. And as Rory knows, the most important thing is to yell out, is to open the window and yell prop or clear prop. You open up. Well, we'll do this on the other side. Well, once that prop, so we say clear prop. Oh yeah, we got to make sure these are all off. Okay, chocks, gust locks. Actually, why are these all off? That's fine. Let's see. Oh yeah, what else do we need down here? All right, I got to check these out here. Okay, throttle, making sure these are all. That's fine. Mixture should be full. Propeller to there. Throttle to there. That's all good. Don't worry, it's all good. There we go. Looks good. Blah blah blah. All right. So to start the left engine, we want the left fuel pump on. we'd hit it to port. And then you hit the magnetos. And that baby fires right up. Don't step up to me. I know how I'm doing. All right, right fuel pump. Let it come for a while. Give that some engagement there. And then whap those magnetos on. And you got two loud running engines. Okay, don't worry. We're gonna close the window. It'll get a little quieter in here when we close the window. That's much better. Alrighty. Let's see. Oh yeah, master avionics now, because now we got power. Let's turn those on. This is all good. Let's see. We can turn external power off. What are these signs? Heat, airframe, de-ice. Okay, well, these are cargo door over here. This is all radio related. We don't care about that. Booting up the Garmin. Let's just check, make sure that comes up real quickly. Let's see. This is all here. Transponder is already on. There's your autopilot controls here. We're getting our Garmin booted up. Blue, blue, blue. Port and starboard engines are coming up to temperature. Let's turn on the radio. Hello, radio. We're in Takamatsu, Japan. I like Japan, especially because I found out that certain areas, but not all areas of Japan, still probably have the cherry blossoms. But we'll find out. Some areas may not. But we saw Osaka did. Fuji did. And we're going to find out. I don't necessarily see any in the area. I see a few around there. Like over there, you see some cherry blossom trees. There's a lot of green trees. Yeah, I think we'll find them.
Taxi 2 and hold short runway 26 using taxiway Alpha, kensh 9er.
Should we get a pushback? I think we should get a pushback. Let's be realistic. Pushback.
Takamatsu ground, KNSH 9er requesting pushback. Kensh 9er pushback request accepted.
It takes a while, but I kind of like the immersion of it. I don't think, again, in a small plane like this, it has some problems with the connection. These are designed only to work, to look, the animation, to only look perfect for a, actually that looks pretty good. For a, why are you steering me? Looks like he's doing an automatic steering. Maybe they're smarter in 2024 than in 2020. Because he would go straight back, but it looks like he's correctly steering me in the right direction.
Takamatsu ground, KNSH 9er requesting the end of pushback.
Yeah, end of pushback. All right, let's get out of here.
Kensh 9er request to end pushback received.
He'll just disappear. And then we can go. Let's get out of here. Let's fly around and see what there's. But I can already see there's a lot of green trees, but then there's some of those. Cherry blossom trees too. And if we come here in like 6 weeks, they'll all be green. I think will happen. This plane is a honey to fly, and I love it. I mean, the startup procedures go. Oh yeah, I think we need the fuel pumps on. No, this goes here. We need the fuel pumps on until after takeoff. Once you get to cruise phase, the fuel pumps do turn off. But I think until then, we leave them on. It's just a detail. Everything here looks good, though. The engines are fine. Everything there is in the green. Perfecto. Got plenty of fuel. Just double checking everything. Let's get situated in here. With our braking needed. Situated for takeoff, and then we're going to go back to clearance. All right, there. First, let's get ready for takeoff. So, a little bit of positive trim, and flaps are not needed. Flaps are only used for landing. It's just that kind of plane. Some planes are that way. Some planes are. It's not a fast plane. It's got plenty of lift on these big square wings that are kind of fat. It's so, yeah, flaps are not needed. And I mean, for takeoff and for landing, you only need them in the mid position. In most cases, it's just that kind of plane. All right, let's take off. Where's this thing right here? Right here. All right, get this out of the way. Here's what it looks like from here. Oh, there's some planes flying around. I don't know what that means. Or we adjust all this to the front there, and we should see the RPMs come up into the red for that's the takeoff port and starboard RPMs. Look at those upper right dial there on that stack. Those stack in the mid part of the thing, where it says port and STB starboard. Whoop. And yeah, for takeoff we move the. We want those to be pretty much all the way forward. Now these landing gear don't come up. It's just what it is. They're stuck down there. I think they made versions of this plane that had landing gear that didn't retract but folded back. Well, the front ones would retract and the back ones would fold back. But they weren't terribly more aerodynamic or safer than just having them down there. This is really interesting terrain. It's, you know, we're on the Pacific Rim, so there's a lot of these kind of look like kind of volcanic mountains and hills. And there's definitely some things in the distance that we're going to investigate. That distance over there. I mean, they're probably helicopter landing pads. All right, let's stay nice and low here. All right, so we're reducing power here. There we go. We're going to trim us a little negative. So you can see, unlike, you know, there's some areas where it's just high density of those blooming cherry blossom trees. But then some areas they're just a little more, they're just kind of interspersed. But they sure are pretty. And again, this is the only part of the world you're going to see large numbers of these, apparently. Thanks to the 2024 dynamic, you know, foliage system, whatever they call it. I think if we fly north, okay, where are we? Actually, where are we? Well, there's a lot of water in Japan. Right, okay, yeah, so we fly north. Got it. So we're kind of, that's that kind of gulf between us. There's a really long bridge, if I remember. I don't know if we'll make it out there. What kind of frame rates are I getting? Can I see that? It's not showing me. It says 1 frame per second. That can't be right. I mean, it looks like it's at least 20. Anyway, let's fly around. Lots of stuff to see. Look at this. I think that's cool, like on the lake here. It's wild. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to describe, but we're on an island. We're not on the main island in Hawaii. Yes, bye. Thank you. I'm leaving your airspace. I don't know which island this is. Takamatsu is on.
Niner frequency change.
Did I turn frame rate generation on accidentally? Hold on, I can check something here. Settings. General frame rate generation. Oh no, it was off. Let's see if it's on, if it's better. I've updated the graphics driver. Yeah, it's a little smoother. Last time I had frame rate generation on, it does get out of sync, and eventually I have to turn it off. And when it does, you'll tell, because it just looks really bad. And not framing, but just every other frame is the wrong frame. But maybe I am using the latest drivers. So let's see what this is up here. Not sure we can see. That's what it looks like from here. I mean, it's, you know, it's not, you know, Tokyo's got a lot more unique stuff, but there's definitely some unique buildings around here. This might be I don't know, it's an observatory? No, it's a tank. It's like a gas, like a natural gas or something, or fuel. And then we head down this way on our fish patrol. We're not seeing a lot of fish, but that's okay. I want to see there's something colorful on the horizon in this direction I want to check out. All sorts of cool buildings down here. definitely have never flown over this part of Japan before, but there's large pieces and parts of Japan I've never flown over before. I mean, yeah, Osaka, Kobe to Osaka, yes. Tokyo, many times.
Takamatsu Tower. Altimeter 29er. 88 cleared ILS Zulu runway 26.
And lots of other places in Japan. I just don't remember them specifically where they are. I like this. It's kind of like it's a very typical Japan thing. They have a raised highway. Okay, I want to check this. Yeah, this red and white thing, I think is it a radio tower? Or is that list? Yeah, it's got to be because it's not a power plant. But it's a really cool, unusual looking radio tower, I think. I like it. Always stuff to see in Japan. But yeah, we're not seeing a ton, but you can see on that hill, you can see there's lots of cherry blossom trees that are blooming. They're really pretty. But we get a few here in America, but yeah, they're just all over Japan. And then not very many other places apparently in the world. If you want to see them, and then only certain times of the year. So we're taking advantage of the bloomings. And just the urge to check out parts of Japan. Why not? Okay, so this is the Maritime Plaza Takamatsu. And then there's the Takamatsu Joint Support Joint or Sunport Joint Government North. Some really cool looking buildings here. Oh, there's a park there. There's probably a hospital landing zone there. This is a main boulevard right there. We should fly down, I think. Get a little lower here. And then you got like your convention center here. That's what that boulevard looks like. It's a pretty major city. It's not huge. It's the Clement. Okay. Pretty though. This is really cool here, whatever this is. This is kind of like a, I don't know, maritime museum, I don't know, or some kind of park. There. All right, we're about to die. It'll be fine. We got plenty of speed. We're not gonna die. We're flying. We're having a good old time. All right, I said we're cruising. We probably don't need the fuel pumps on. It doesn't really affect. You hear the engines will calm down a bit. All right, so this is a pretty big body of water here, which we're supposed to be checking for fish. We're the FIGAS. We're the fish patrol. We're not looking for fish. We're looking for fishermen, people who are fishing without a permit. I don't know what we're looking for. And then what do? I guess we just call them in. All right. But if you look here, all right. So look at this big map here. See how big this island is? It's the fourth biggest island in Japan or whatever. It's not Honshu or the other one. But that's this. I mean, it's huge. We're just on one little tiny part of it. And there's a lot of other islands around here. Okay. You can see about 1 billion of them. But effectively, the biggest island in Japan, the mainland, is this one here. I mean, most of it's on this island here. Then the other one is down here. There's a lot of islands in Japan, but you don't necessarily think of this one as being a separate island, but it is. Back this way, I think there's a bridge. But I wanted to check out this archipelago here. Looks like there's a helipad on it, so people might be living there. And then there's this whole area over here. STD. But yeah, but the main part of Japan is going to be on the other side here, like this area here, which is quite a ways. Well, check it out. We do have an autopilot, and you never know. We might have a science news in the news segment if I feel like flying for some distance here. Because, we don't necessarily have any, I don't see any active runways unless we want to fly way back up to there, northwest. It might be kind of fun. You see on this map, okay, that's not too bad. It's like 25 miles. All right, I want to see what this is here. It is an island. But it looks like, it's got a little pretty decent sized community on it. I wonder if there's some kind of like military base or something here, like a naval base. Or if it's like resort? Hard to tell. This doesn't look like resort. This screams more like a military to me. You know what I mean? But hey, if that's a military base and you're stationed there, you're probably gonna be pretty happy because of all that beach. All right, So where are we gonna go? Let's see. Airport. There's that one. It's about 30 miles northwest of us. RJBK. Won't take that long to get there. This island, I don't think it has any major runways. Well, maybe it does. What's this here? See, I don't think this is a place where you can actually land. These are helicopters. Alright, so I made a command decision. We're going to head up this way. We're going to stay pretty low level, but we're going to hit the autopilot. I don't think it's that far. It's only about 20 miles. Maybe less. Is that right there, right in front of us? Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, it's not even, how far? It's only 13 miles. It's going to take nothing. But let's get the autopilot going, just so that we can say we got the autopilot going. All right, so how you do that is you set your heading bug to face forward, whatever that is. You turn your autopilot on and you set it to heading mode and altitude hold. It's that simple. And now it will leave us at 331. I want to make a little left turn here to avoid this hill. So we're going to go to about there. Now I can turn using the heading bug, and the plane will automatically get to that configuration. By the way, I'm wasting fuel mixture here. All right, the other thing I like to do with this phase is set up the engines for cruise. And the way you do that is you carefully look at the RPM there. They're a little under RPM for most efficient cruise. So I'm adjusting a very small amount. There we go. It wants to be right on that green line there. Perfect. A little bit high. Okay. That is considered the most efficient speed for the propellers to be turning to get the air moving most efficiently over. It's just a thing. If you talk about propellers, the fixed propellers, they don't turn. No, they do. They also have a pitch, I think. I don't know for sure. Right? Yeah, because there's a pitch there, but then there's mixture and that. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's a little complicated on this point. But it both has the ability to adjust the propeller RPM and the pitch of propellers from the same control, but in a different control range. That blue control there. It gets a little tricky. All right, I like it. All right, we're flying a nice level. You can see many blossoming cherry blossom trees this time of year. Come back in 6 weeks, and they probably won't look like that anymore. It looks really cool. They're very fluffy. Not all the trees are but they're like really, they're really like grouped in a very naturalistic way, I think. Yeah, some of the cities are just like covered in cherry blossoms. So that's an island. That's an occupied island. I was gonna say it doesn't look occupied, but there's a city right there. So it's a highly occupied island. A lot of these, all little islands are probably very much fishing oriented. We're flying at like 900 feet. We're not flying high enough. Let's adjust the autopilot to give us some vertical speed. So we can do that by turning on vertical speed mode and asking to go up 300 feet per minute. And that should give us enough altitude to make it over this little ridge up here.
Takamatsu Tower, all Nippon, 908, ready for IFR departure on runway 26.
All Nippon 908 altimeter 29er.
Okay, that looks good. Here's what it looks like from here.
Takeoff runway 26.
Here's what it looks like from here. We have real-time weather turned on, and I do believe it's going to rain up there. That's fine. We can handle a little bit of rain. I mean, it's not, the visibility is good. A lot of cherry blossom trees back there. All right, pretty soon I'm just going to want to give it the altitude hold. Let's give it that altitude hold.
Launch liner 447 Takamatsu Tower.
So
Altimeter 29er.
altitude hold is on. There we go. We're leveling it out. Very nice. Okay, everything is good. We're running good. All of our engines are green in there. Fuel flow is good. Manifold pressure. I just like all the little, checking out the little, making sure I know what all these readouts are supposed to mean. really, when you're flying this plane, the ones you look at are more engine related than the condition of the plane. Although airspeed is very important. Obviously, which way you're going, all those instruments are very important. But yeah, some planes even have a lot more. But then there's, you know, so the main 6 instruments are the flight instruments, and then you got engine instruments, and these are also navigation, I think. But then these are also telling you what's going on with fuel, with oil temperature. Lots of those cherry blossom trees. We're gonna land soon, and we're gonna do our part 2, which is our brain teasers today. Hopefully, I'll do well and not look like an idiot. You know me, I probably won't. And then, oh yeah, we'll make it over this, right? And then we're going to take a short break, and I'm going to play my guitar for a while. That's going to be part 2. We'll have to see if how that goes. But I'm already having a great time. It's already my favorite stream ever. They always are. This is cool. This whole little terrain here, little mini fields here. I wonder what they grow down here. All right, I'm making a command decision to go out of autopilot. Thank you. That is the no, you're not in autopilot mode anymore. I just want to make sure we're not going to hit this here. Or we're going to get real close if we want, which I want. It's a ridge. All right, so there is our aeropuerto. It looks like the runway is basically perpendicular to how we're coming in here, so we're going to kind of come down this way. Start to reduce power a little bit, because we are going to want to lose some altitude. And again, basically, as far as getting on the runway, you know, since you're not lowering gear, it's just at some point you're going to want to put your flaps down. Do we have time to check out this city a little bit over here? And it's just going to be basically your basic Japanese city, I think. We'll check out this airport. It definitely looks like it has enough enough runway, but I've never landed here before. Cool bridges. And nothing we can fly under. Maybe. Maybe. That one. But yeah, I'm not going to try flying under it. It does look like it might be kind of get interesting up there. But yeah, no, screw it. I'm making a command decision. We're gonna land. We're gonna land the fishery patrol. Okay, so that means we probably want to. We're fine. I was gonna say lower our weight, but actually this plane doesn't matter. All right, flaps are in a 50% position. I'm not asking for clearance. I'm just gonna land. I never do. I asked for a takeoff clearance. All right, that's silly enough. You know, I'm not into the radio chatter. And the only thing to remember is it doesn't really have reversers, but you can certainly run the plane nice and slow up to the last second there. So it looks like from here we got plenty of runway. Nice gentle landing, because I like it that way. Oh, try to stay on the runway. I like it that way. Oh yeah, we have no wind today, so that's nice and easy. Can I turn here? Just barely. Flaps up. So yeah, you can't really reverse, unfortunately, pitch with my control scheme as it is. That's the only tricky part of it. Very nice landing. Typical. There's the windsock. Not too much wind today. Yeah, hopefully the latest driver fixes the issue that they had with the frame generation, because it really helps a lot. But it's really interesting that it, and in the NVIDIA thing there, it shows frame per second 1. Obviously, it's not getting good data about what my actual FPS is. There we are. All right, we are here. Open some doors up. Why not? Doors, 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 doors. Doors in the back, doors inside. Why not? We'll probably should shut the engine down before you try to exit this door. You know what I mean? You typically wouldn't use this door, even when the engines aren't running, for that reason. You'd go in back. Or maybe not. Through that area. I don't know. It's interesting there's like a little control panel there. Alright, shutting the engines down. How we do that is pretty simple. We go up here and we shut all the magnetos down. Hello? Magneto. And set your fuel selector to off, which is that position. And both engines will come to a stop. Now it's safe to exit the plane. Alright, let's take a little picture here. Fishery Patrol, Kensh 999 Figus. Bright red plane, can't beat it. Does it say Kensh 999? It does on that side. That's even better. Alright, wait a minute. Actually, let me get out of the plane here. Down here.
Gene Air Tree 59er exit runway when able.
There we go. The back, I don't know. Maybe from down
Gene
here.
Air Tree 59er contact ground on 118. Tree.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to emphasize the Kensh 999 as much as I can. There you go. I don't think I can do better than that. You know, I put these in my little Twitter, you know, go live messages. Not that anyone reads them. I don't care. Oh, I might have to get a second Diet Coke today because it's gonna be a long ass stream. We are not going anywhere for a while. All right, part 2, and we have like at least 4-part show here. I do like showing the door open and the guys kind of hanging out there. No, maybe lower. Moving around. Fishery Patrol. It doesn't even look like a plane from some angles, though. You know what I mean? But I kind of like the dramatic clouds in the background. All right, one more. Doesn't say Kensh 999er, but I like how it says Fishery Patrol. All right, moving on. This next part of the show, we're not going to have a little break or anything like that. I am going to do my morning. I didn't obviously not do it this morning, but almost every morning I do it. My morning brain workout. We'll talk about that in a second. Let me just get out of this here. Main menu. That was good. I enjoyed those little checkout flights. Both those planes are it's so different and interesting, I think. Okay, quit to desktop. Let me see here. You're probably going to briefly see my live streaming for YouTube. That's fine. Okay, so where is my... Hold on one second here. Gonna bring this up here. We don't care about that. All right. So Quirtle. I do. Okay. So my morning brain routine, I'm going to stay in the same category. I'm not going to change to just chatting. No, I am going to change to just chatting. Fuck it. It doesn't matter, and nobody cares. But you never know. Okay. So my morning brain routine every single day consists of 4 separate, or 5 little things that I like to get done within a period of 10 to 12 minutes. Just something to make sure that my brain is operating in normal capacity and that I haven't had a stroke overnight. Of course, I don't know if you never know. Anyway, so it's 2 Quirtles. Quirtles are a lot like Wordles, where you have to get up to 6 guesses to figure out a 5-letter word based on you guessing 5-letter words, and it tells you what letters you get right, and if you get them right in the right position. But in Quirtle, you're solving 4 words at a time, and in Octortle, you're solving 8 words at a time. It's just it's a little bit of a different vibe, but it's the exact same rules. Okay, and then the other thing we'll do is between those is the tightrope trivia, which is a timed trivia quiz that I like to get every time. This is going to be a hard one. Sundays are the hard days. Anyway, let's get started. As you guys might know, if you've seen me do this before, I use the same 3 starting words every single time, and I recommend you do too if you ever want to get good at this game. They don't have to be mine. You can use them. I'm not going to sue you. You might find better ones, and I'd like to hear about it if you do. But the characteristics of the 3 starting words is that they have to use 15 letters of the 26 in the alphabet, all 5 vowels, and there must be a Y in the last position because that's very common. So you're gonna want, although we didn't get any, it's very common. Other than that, you got 9 consonants. You can put whatever consonants you in there, but I recommend you don't use J, K, Z, X, V, W, or Q. So that kind of leaves, anyway, blah, blah, blah. So then you have to come up with 3 words that you can remember, 3 5-letter words. If they're better, if you can come up with something better than noisy plate and crumb, because those words do cover that. Okay, now let's see if we can play this game here. Let's see. We got S. We could have S. We could have shown, SHONE. Let's see if it is right. It was. The H is usually important. That is. Okay, now we have an R and an H. But let's see, it could be hoard. And by the way, I mean, if I get them wrong, you get other guesses. I'm pretty good at figuring this stuff out. Okay, now we have that D was important here. We learned about the D. So now we have all 5 letters here. It could be a couple of things, but the one I'm going to try is ridden, RIDEN. It does fit. Oh, that's not a word. Okay. Okay, so that's, I don't know what I was thinking of then. Oh, diner. Sorry, diner, D-I-N-E-R. Blah, 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 blah. Pretty obvious. Yeah, sorry. Okay. And then we still have nothing here except Q and an E. So could it be Q? Q-U-E-U-E? I don't know. No, it wasn't Q-U-E-U-E. But it could be, let's see. It could have been. It did have 2 U's. But it's not Q-U. We have 2 guesses to figure out this one here. I think we'll get it. But then we're going to do the harder chordal. Let's see. What is it, though? Okay, it's fugue. G-G-U-E. Fugue's got to be. There you go. All right, you finished that one. Cheers, everyone. Hope you're enjoying your Diet Coke today. I sure am. Might have a second one because this one's getting down there. And we got a lot of streaming to go. All right, so the next one we're going to do is the Quordle Daily Extreme. Harder words and fewer guesses, but I'm going to use the same starting words. More of a challenge, but I typically get this one every single time. Not every single time, but most of the time. Okay, but it's definitely, okay, we got possibly sting or stink, or it could be stint, S-T-I-N-T. Anyway, okay, this one looks a little interesting. Could it be bugle? Let's find out. It was bugle. Oh yeah, and this one is B-I something T-Y. B-I, I don't think there's anything except another T, right? Bitty. Can't think of anything else that could go in there. So let's try it. Yeah, okay, good. This one also, remember I always said, well, if you're going to have, your starting word should include a word that ends in Y, like 2 out of the 4 add words that end in Y. And so if you don't have one that ends in Y, you're not going to do very well. So, yeah, got to have it in Y. All right. That's the end of my TED Talk there. Okay. N-I something something Y. So let's see what that could be. Could be, it can't be nifty. Let's see. Could be, can't be 90. There's no T in it. Let's see. The only I can think of is ninny, N-I-N-N-Y. So let's go for it. And that told us exactly where the N is down here. That's good. So it's not stint. Well, no, it still could be stink. It could be. It could have been stink or sting, but there's no G in it. So let's try stink. Yeah. All right. We had another guess if I hadn't got it wrong there, and that was the extreme. All right. We're not halfway through. We've done 2 of the 5 things we're going to do, but the next thing is the tightrope trivia game. Every day there's a tightrope trivia game. They go, you know what? I don't want to do it on this browser because there's a bug. We're going to move this over to this right over here. Do it from here. Okay, hold on a second here. Tightrope trivia, please. All right, first of all, as soon as I hit play, it's timed. And so I got to get this done as quickly as possible and get them right. There's 9 questions. You can get 2 of them wrong and still cross, but I'm trying to get them all right. We'll have to see how it goes. Sunday is the hardest one. The easiest one is Monday. They have these different 7-1. I haven't necessarily found they're that much harder, but they are quite often pretty hard trivia quiz. I consider myself a trivia master. Let's see how we do today. Denmark. I don't have to read the whole question often. Sometimes. She wears her trademark, so she's bored out of mine at fashion shows. Wintour? Yeah, this seems more sense than any of those other guesses. I was going to say Anna Wintour even without saying the three things. The other. Pappy Way's is a high version of which bourbon? Happy Pappy Way's, everyone should know that is bourbon. I certainly do because I'm a bourbon aficionado. I certainly would never pay $1,000 each for a bottle of bourbon, though. Maybe Scotch. Great Bend is the level of the leaven of John Henry, of course. It was the guy who went up against the steam shovel or something when I was a kid. Tells me right. Rights event is defense of which historical event? I think it was the French Revolution. Well, that was a wild guess. So I was right. Which body together? It's the front legs. Dang it, it wasn't the front. It's the wings. I should have known that. Well, obviously I should know. I should know every one I get wrong. I got one wrong. Hail Crassus, Antron. I happen to know that Spartacus. I mean, I don't happen to know it. It's a trivia question. It's most likely to be considered inimical to a picnic. Rain. That doesn't seem that hard. If you don't know, we're almost done. So, but we're not going to do well. But it is, which element is named for the violet vapor it produces? Iodine, I'm guessing. I guess. All right, so we got 8 out of 9. That's still not great. I like to get all 9, but I'll forgive myself. This was the hardest quiz. Let's see what it rates us, though. Great, blah, blah, blah. You got to get 2,000 points for Tightrope Boss. But I would prefer to get Walking Encyclopedia or Clever Funambulist, which are the 2 higher levels. Did you have to get all 9 right for that one? But we did okay considering we got only 8 right. All right. So we did 2 quartals. We did the tightrope. Next up is 2 octortals. Actually, hold on. Let me get back to here. And those will go pretty quickly because, again, these are things I do all the time. We're going to do the classic here. I will do the classic in the stream. The rescue takes too long. I don't have all day. I have a great time doing these. All right, back to our regular 3 starting words, but we have 8 different little puzzles to solve here. Some of these could be pretty easy. Like, what else could this be besides right? Right? Fright's not a word, right? Right. Yeah, it's got to be right, I think, doesn't it? We'll find out. It wasn't right. Oh, it could have been trite. Dang it. I get that one up before. This one here has to be Smith. And we want the H, right? H. We need the H. Don't worry, we'll get on track. This is the regular game. We have extra ones. We can. Okay, this is going to be clout. Over here. This one here starts with P, ends with ER. So it could be poker. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to end in ER. Okay. The K is not helpful anywhere else. That's fine. Okay, we have an S, an O, and an E, and a T and an N to place, and there's only one way both those can go, so that's an easy one to find. That has to be stone. All right, we're down to 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, we have a B, an E, and an I to place. It could be debit, right? I think the T can go there. The E can go here. Yeah, I think it is. All right, which is good because usually the D is helpful, but in this case it wasn't. All right, we're getting close. We got 3 left. Something, it's M-I, it could be I-M-S-Y, but I think it's M-I, I think it's just Missy or, yeah, it's probably just Missy, I think. M-I-S-S-Y. Yeah, let's try it. See what happens. All right, now we have ends in ER, has an O. Oh, it has to start with an O. and a W and N. So it has to start with an O, and it has a W and N in it, as well as the E and R. So only owner. We have one left. It's this one here. Again, I think it's got to be trite, Trite. And we win because we have got, okay, so let's do the extreme. That also doesn't take too long compared to the rescue, which is just crazy. Because with extreme, they're harder words. You get fewer guesses, but at least I can start with my extremely powerful 3 starting words. Like, okay, we already got one right here. Prism from those 3 starting words. Perfect. We got, you might as well just put it away. Let's see, what else we got here? It can't be polar because there's no, but it could be polka. You know what I mean? And it is, which is good because the K is sometimes helpful. But that told us where the A is. Let's see, we have a O and an R to place. So this could be flora. In fact, I bet it is. Could have been the F, but we don't. The F is not used anywhere else. All right, we got 3 down and 5 to go. Let's see what else it looks here. Okay, ROS. And the H is available. I'm just trying to think what else could go after the S. An H could. So something. Or, you know what's a good word? Dross. I don't know. I just like that word. And that's what it was too. Let's see. Okay, we got a bunch more to go here. Both of these. Let's see. This has got to be loony. There's no other choices. So let's grab it. This one here. Let's see. We got an E, an O, and a T to place. O, T, E, R, O, V, E, R, T. All right. You see how I kind of, I'll just start and then it sort of comes to me. All right. We got 2 left. We got this one, which is B, U, N, and an E. Ugh. That one might be tricky. Let's try this one. Okay, well, all we have is a P and an S to place, but it could be S, P, E. Let's see. S, P, E. Let's see. It can't be a lot of things because it can't be speed or anything like that. But it could be. Oh, I got it now. It could be sweep or sheep. Let's try sheep. It was sheep. It could have been sweep. Oof. All right, we have 2 guesses left, and only 1 word to guess. This is going to be the hard one there. Let's try begun. BGGUN, because it does fit. Has all the letters. Yeah, all right, this wasn't hard. See, now what we've done here is done the daily brain, big brain teasers. There are some other games that we could do, and I would probably do them later because you get every day you're going to get the regular, the classic. This is the octortals. You get the chill we haven't done. The extreme we did. The sequence where you have to do them one at a time, and the hardest one is the rescue. It takes me a long time to do every day. Which is where it's hard words and you don't get to choose your starting words. It chooses 4 starting words randomly for you, which are usually terrible, especially compared to the good starting words I use on my other games. So, and the same is true for the octortals or for the quartals. So we solved this one, the classic. We also solved the extreme. But then there's the chill and the sequence. The chill is 12 guesses if you were. Well, and I won't do those today because, we're having a great time on stream. I'm going to be here for a long-ass time. I'm having a good time streaming. But I do want to stick to my agenda that I have published, which is the second part of the show is going to be my brain teasers. I think we did pretty well. We did not get all the questions right on the tightrope. But it is considered a pretty hard quiz. All right, so for the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my mid-roll on. We're going to take a short break so I can get my senses together. And when we come back, I'm going to be in the music category, and I want to play some guitar for. We'll see how long I feel like playing guitar for. That's and then after that, the Lego, which I'm excited about as well. See you guys then. All right, give me a second here. Try to get in the category. Takes forever. Music category. Finally. Headphones on. There's that here. See if I can get this thing to be exactly where I like it. That's not where I like it. It's a little better in there. Sounds good. Meet me in the crowd. People, roll your love around. Happy, there's no time to cry. Don't you love me? Put it in get my guitar tuned, warmed up a bit here. So I've been catching up today on this show called Gangland, I think it is. New Guy Ritchie show on Prime, or it's not. Sorry, it's on Paramount Plus. That's a kind of a wacky show. It's got a great cast, but it covers the same ground as a lot of other Guy Ritchie movies and other things. Also, there was a show on Amazon Prime called The Gentleman, which seems also kind of very similar in a lot of ways. It was kind of better. Warm up my guitar a little bit. Got a very heavy sound to it, like. Play this little tune a bit. play that song, Modern Jesus by Portugal Man, and it's a song. It was. Come on in, take a seat next to me. You know we got what you need. Got my verb. We may be liars, preaching to choirs, but we can sell your dreams. You don't need sympathy, they got a pill for everything. Just take that dark cloud, bring it out to wash it down, but don't pray for us. We don't need no matter Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. We are the ones who start little fires, yet they burn out. But when they're on the rise, they can't help but shine. And when the wave approaches, take our ashes to the ocean. Who cares if hell awaits? We're having drinks at heaven's gate, but don't pray for us. We don't need no modern Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. We know that we're helpless, at least that's what we assume, but we don't need to prove nothing to you. Let's all stay cool. You don't want to feel blue, but we won't sell you nothing you can't use. Don't pray for us. We don't need a minor Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. All right, I got one I haven't played in a while, but I always enjoy playing. I'm just going to play and sing along, a little sing along here. In a second to bring up the lyrics, though. All right, kind of got the lyrics up here. Not that they're hard, but I just have memorized them. Easy lyrics. Kind of a little lounge version of the song. If you want to pay it, you got to take her out. Cocaine. If you want to get down, wanna get down, down on the ground, cocaine. She don't lie, she don't lie, she don't lie, cocaine. If you got bad news, you wanna kick and blues, cocaine. If your day is done and you want to ride on cocaine, she don't lie, she don't lie, she don't lie, cocaine. If your day is done and you wanna ride on cocaine, don't forget this fact, you can't get it back, cocaine. She don't lie, she don't lie, she don't lie, cocaine. She don't lie, she don't lie, she don't lie, cocaine. the whole, I think that's the whole lyrics. There's a whole, you know, solo. Needless to say. People also, I've got this search page up. What is the meaning of Cocaine by Eric Clapton? It's an anti-drug song intended to warn listeners about cocaine's addictiveness and deadliness. He called the song quite cleverly anti-cocaine, noting it's no good to write a deliberate anti-drug song and hope that it will catch. In other words, he felt if he wrote a song saying cocaine sucks, it'll kill you, get the hell out, kids won't listen to it. And he's right. But on the other hand, all right, let's do. I want to see if I can find something here. Let's see if these are any good. Oh yeah, hold on a second here. Pausing a second here. I'm gonna switch over to Rocksmith here. Give me a second. What key? Let's find out. Nope. This is. I think it's probably up here, and then you play it in E minor. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy. I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. Boy, that's really low to sing, though, but let's try it. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy. I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. I don't know if we can do this. Around my hometown. What are these notes on? Okay, I got it now. Let's do it there. All around my hometown, trying to track me down. They say they want to bring me in guilty for the shaking of the dead. But I swear it was in self-defense. I shot the sheriff, but they say say Sheriff John Brown aiming to shoot me down. Still I shot him down. I say I shot the sheriff. Flags got the better of me. What is much to me? Every day the bucket goes to the well. One day the bottom will drop out. Yes, one day the bottom will drop out. I say I shot the sheriff, but didn't shoot the deputy. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot no deputy. Alright, I didn't enjoy doing that at all. But, you know, let's try a different one. People 1, is that this one? People 2. Alright, at least this one I know I can sing a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. I enjoy it more. I can see why you think you belong to me. Never try to make a thing. Let you see one thing for herself. Now you're off with someone else and I'm alone. Yeah, I thought that I might keep you for my own. Baby, what you wanna do? I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. Don't think the time was right for us to find. All the things we thought weren't proper could be right in time, and you can't see which way we should turn together or no. I can never see what's right or what is wrong. Don't take too long to see what you wanna do. I think I could stay with you for a while, maybe longer if I do. I feel my nose itching, and I'm like, am I going to sneeze in the middle of the song? No. But then I never sneezed in the middle of a song before. I think it's allergy season, and my door is open, and I definitely feel some sneezes coming on. So give me a minute or two to recover. Not that anyone is cares. I don't care either. The rest of the Diet Coke, no, but my nose is currently very itchy. I have a feeling if I try to sing, I'm going to have a massive sneezing. You see me, my whole face turns red. I'm fine. I feel fine. It says to sneeze. Take some deep breaths. I think I feel it going away slowly, but the urge to sneeze is slowly going away. It's still there. Now I don't feel the urge to finish this song, though. But I did want to do this song. Let's try another one. I don't know why you're mean to me when I call on the telephone. And I don't know what you mean to me. I wanna turn you on, turn you up, figure you out, wanna take you on. These words, will you be mine? These words, you will be mine all the time. Now a fool might be my middle name, and I'd be foolish enough to say, gonna make whatever it takes, bring you up, call you down, sign your name, secret love, make it rhyme, take you in, and make you mine. These words, you will be mine. These words, you will be mine all the time. Ooh, pretender, did I fall? What I wanna feel it now. You know, with love comes strange currencies. Here is my appeal. Need a chance, second chance, third chance, fourth chance, a word of signal, not a little breath, to fool myself, catch myself, and make it real. Real. These words, you will be mine. These words, you will be mine all the time. Ooh, these words, you will be mine. These words will be hunt me down, catch me in my throat, make me great, say, touch the vines. Tune up here. closer. All right, what do we want to do here? Maybe a sixpence on the Richard song from my mix here. All right, there we go. There we go. This is the one I want to do. Depot 3. I'm gonna catch up. There she goes. There she goes again. Racing through my brain, and I just can't contain this feeling that remains. There she goes. There she goes again. Racing through my veins, and I just can't contain this feeling that remains. I'm a little rough on some of these songs. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? Ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind? Yes, I'm going to Carolina in my mind. Carrying Jesus silver sign, you best walk her way and watch it shining. Watch her, watch the morning come. Silver tear appearing now, I'm crying, ain't I? I'm going to Carolina in my mind. Ain't no doubt, you know what's mine, and love's the finest thing around. Whisper something soft and kind. Hey babe, the sky's on fire, I'm dying, ain't I? I'm going to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? Ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind? Yes, I'm going to Carolina in my mind. Dark silently last night, I think I might have heard that highway calling. Geese and black and dogs are biting. Signs that might be omens Say I'm going to Carolina in my mind. With a holy host of others standing around me. Till I'm on the dark side of the moon. And it seems like it goes on like this forever. You must forgive me if I'm up and going to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just see the moonshine? Ain't it just like a friend of mine to hit me from behind? Yes, I'm going to Carolina in my mind. Going to Carolina in my mind. And I'm going to Carolina in my mind. Going to Carolina in my mind. Going, I'm gone. Say that things about me don't know. So got to carry on without me. I'm gone. I wonder if I ever did this one. Oh, this isn't even that's not even a karaoke version. I don't know if I want to try to even sing one more. Yeah, we'll try this one here.
Sinking.
This might be the last singing song, but I got a lot more streaming to do. I might be streaming for a long ass time. We're just getting started, dang it. I like it messing over here too. Kiss me out of the bearded party. Thank me. Recycling green grass. Swing, swing. Swing the spinning step. You wear those shoes, I will wear that dress. So kiss me. Beneath the milky twilight. Leave me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand. Strike up the band and make the butterflies dance till the moon sparkling. So kiss me. Kiss me down by the broken treehouse. Swing me upon its heavy tire. Bring your flower hat. We'll take the trail marked on your father's map. Oh, kiss me beneath the milky twilight. Leave me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand. Strike up the band and make the butterflies dance. Silver moon sparkling. So kiss me. kiss me. All right, for the music segment, man, we're going so fast. I wish the stream was going slower, but time does fly when you're having fun. Nah, not that much. I'd like to sing a few more songs, but I already feel my voice is done for the day. And let's be more time. Now, tomorrow I'll be doing my regular piano segment. I'm gonna turn the reverb off in case I want to talk later. That's just for reverb, just for singing. Really, this is what it actually sounds like. It's quiet as a mouse in here. All right, so here's what's gonna happen. Let's just move along to back to here for a second. Here, I'm going to switch to the Lego category. Believe it or not, there is a Lego category. I believe we're gonna find out in a second. I think there is because I want to build some Lego. I'm just excited about doing this all week. Well, I just got this kit today. Yeah, Lego and brick building. So we're in the Lego and brick building category now. Fascinating. Let me get these up. I'm not going to need these. Now, in order to be able to see chat, I have to bring my iPad over, and I have to set up my little area down here and set up my light. So there'll be a few moments of, I would say no content. But who cares? Nobody. Okay, it goes here. Or very quiet content. I'm going to take my jacket off because it's starting to get warm in here, and I don't really need it for brick building. You won't really see me too much. Get my light here. You know what I mean. I'll put it this way, I think. All right, setting my light here. I'm going to set this camera up here so we can kind of see my lighted area here. There we go. Perfecto. Okay, I'm getting things set up. Give me another minute or two. How you doing, Johnny, by the way? Thank you very much, Johnny. I just saw your chat in there. Just finished up the music segment, and we're going to be switching over today. So a special one time or two times occasionally I do Lego building. So that's that. Tomorrow, the kit I have is, we're going to get started with today is this kit here. It is the Disney tribute camera, the 100th anniversary of Disney. Came out like a couple years ago. I've been waiting for it to come on sale. Oh, I just hit. Sorry, Mo, you okay? Didn't see you there. I just whacked my cat. Sorry, Mo. I did not see you. Hold on a second. Okay, so I'm in the correct category. I'm going to switch to this camera here. Okay. Yeah, sorry you missed music too, but you know, there'll be many more musics. All right, where's my thingy? I'm not planning on, I'm not stopping anytime soon. I enjoy the music segment. Tomorrow, of course, will be piano day. I'll bring this down here. All right, so you see this here. What I'm doing here is setting my little camera up. I've successfully done this before. Mo, are you okay? Mo wants to talk. He is a talkative cat. Okay, go to Twitch. So I want to go to my own channel. Here we go. Got to make sure audio is off. Okay, so what this does here, you can see this right here in the camera, is it basically lets me read chat. Happy Easter, so I can finally read chat. Thank you. Of course, I didn't do anything, but I enjoyed it. I enjoy, not doing much of anything. Let's get this out here. I suspect this is certainly going to be a complex build. I can already see it's got some weird pieces. Well, actually, this might be the instruction manual in here, but usually it's just kind of, we got some things here. We know there's a lot of unique pieces. I'm not going to finish building this today. My goal is, it looks like there's 6 bags. Which bag is this one here? 4. So we have 1 here and 2. My goal is to get at least 1 and 2 and hopefully 3. That would be nice, but we may not make it there. But you will be able to see the entire thing. Boy, that light is really not positioned well. Let me see if I can figure out a way to get this light better positioned so that we can see things. Just absolutely won't work to do this, right? We'll pull on it all. This is not big enough for that one. Can't hold on. Just right here. This clip is just a piece of shit. Okay, hold on, let me figure this out here. Oh, sideways. There we go. That's gonna work. way, this clip is not strong enough to hold this thing. It makes it a pretty shitty lamp. No, it's not strong enough. Okay. Oof. Yeah, I'm just having a lighting issue here. I need a different light. Because this light is not... I need a lot of light on this situation here. And it's just the issue of this light. It's supposed to be a desk clip-on light, but over time the spring has become too weak to hold it to anything. Maybe this part here I can attach it to temporarily. Yeah, that's too thick. That might be better. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be better. Beautiful. Okay, less shadows this way. Less shadows. Alrighty. I like it. It's not in front of the camera. Okay, temporarily. It's a temporary thing. All right, let's get started. I think this is going to be the book of manuals, or the manual. And yeah, nothing else in there. Okay, just a beautiful Disney 100th anniversary manual here. Move this up this way a little bit here. There we go. Okay, hopefully we get everything in. Right, okay, so Disney manual. I'm going to start with number 1. Yeah, so the reason I got this kit, as I mentioned a couple times, is it just came on sale. I don't know if it's still on sale. It's not, but it seems like one of these good deals. I like the ones that are specifically for 18 plus that are kind of more of a challenge to build. There's all sorts of little things in here that are kind of unusual. We got several, you know, it's definitely one of those builds in which you've got a lot of unusual pieces that you don't see. Alongside the typical pieces, well, you already see there's a minifig there. We want to gather up the pieces for him. Or her there. Okay, we're going to open up these. I'm probably going to have to get some more Diet Coke, too. These are going to go here. Wow. And these are going to go here. Yeah, this is, I can already tell that even bag 1 is going to take a while. So let's get started. Okay, all the little pieces of plastic over there. Let's see. That's this area here. I kind of want to move this that way a little bit. Alrighty. Step 1, you can sign in. You could use the electronic app. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff about lights, camera, action. We might check on this a little bit later. 1928 Steamboat Willie, 2021 Encanto. Note from the Lego designers. These are the people who designed it. That's cool. Okay, yeah, we get this thing. We have a million of those. All right, bag 1. Okay, it shows you what bag 1s are producing, kind of separate things. So bag 1 is this little front area. Or no, I'm actually not 100% sure what we're building here. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyway, okay, and then bag 2 and 3 are the tripod. Hopefully we'll get through to those. Okay, so now it wants us to find this. Put this hair on the head. Hair on the head. The hair is on the head. Head goes on the torso. Head's on the torso. Torso goes on the feet. Which was the base. I always get it wrong. Okay, that's right. And so, oh, and now we have this little figure, this little thing he's holding in one hand. I'm sure. Oh, it's Walt Disney. This is Walt Disney, by the way. You can kind of tell now that he's put together in a gray suit. Very nice. And he's holding an animation cell of Mickey Mouse from Steamboat Willie. Kind of cool right there. In his other hand, he's holding it shows him holding something, but I at this point, I don't know exactly what they're playing. This thing here, whatever it is, just like a little director's baton. I'm not exactly sure what that's supposed to represent. I'll probably look it up somewhere. Let's see if I can get this to even go into his little hand there. Maybe it goes this way. Yeah, it goes this way. Put it in the wrong way. All right. Duh. Okay, I'll just put this in here. Blah, blah. Perfect. It's a pen, I think. It's supposed to represent a pen. It is a pen. It's like a pen, because he was drawing the original. It was like the original animator. That's pretty cool. All right, we got all the pieces together for that first minifig. It's kind of cool because the that love thing I didn't have any minifigures. All right, so we're gonna have this, and we're going to need one of these. No, you want it to put on the back side of it. Okay. All right. And then 2 of these longer ones. 1, 2. They go like this. And like this. And now the bigger square one is going to go on top, going there. Make a little platform there. Right. And it should be one longer there. Let's stick it 1 by 1. Perfecto. Okay, we're going to need one of these. And one of those different colors. Yeah. This item here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, perfecto. Okay, so this is going to go on like that. And then like that, according to this image here. Perfect. All right, one of the black flat caps. Where those are. Okay, there's a bunch of them here. One of those and 2 of the longer. What's this one here? 1, 2 of these. Of those covers, or covers as you call them. Okay, hold it this way. Put the short one here. And the longer ones over here. Over here. Beautiful. Okay. The next thing we want to do is, one second here. Yeah, like a lot of light on this thing here. All right, we're gonna gather some pieces here. Jeez. Okay. We got a bunch of pieces to gather. We're gonna need 2 of these style covers, right? 2 of these. No, the gray ones. Right. Has to be these black ones. Okay, 2 of these black ones, 2 of those, 4 of these, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfecto. 1 of these. Where is that? Here it is. And 1 of this. Okay, we got all the little pieces we need to kind of make this little base here. So let's see. We're gonna put this. These are the right length, right? Okay, so this one goes here. Yeah, I don't think once these covers, these 4s. Okay, that goes there. This goes here. Yeah, we're building it. This goes here. This piece goes here. This one goes here. There's this piece here. And this one here. And then 2 of these, it goes sideways, right? Yeah. Like that. And we built this piece here. Perfecto. Okay. Now we're going to need one of the hinges. Hingy items. Where are those hinges? Here's one. That's all we need. Okay, so that's going to go here. There's your hinge. That's the right size. Yes, perfect. All right, moving along. Hey, how you doing? Hi, Sam. Oh, yeah, I'm not reading YouTube chat, so good to see you over here. Yeah, we're having a major stream today. I really wanted to get some of this Lego done. But I flew around, had an interesting time, flew around in that Joby electric thing. It was pretty wild. I still got to figure out how it flies. All right, I need 3 of these, 2 of these. It's kind of like it's got a computer on it that's trying to figure out stuff. And anyway, okay, and then one of what is this one here? There, I think it's gonna be this piece here. It is, and then the gray piece. Okay, I think we got all our little pieces here. All right, so we're going to put this one here. Like that. This piece facing like that. Oh, that's okay. I'm going to be streaming a lot more. I don't expect people to come to every stream. That'd be weird, frankly. But you know, the thing about streaming is if you're going to do it and you would like to have an audience, you better do it consistently. Because, you know, your audience will, you know, they'll like you, but then they'll be like, oh, he's not streaming anymore, I guess. He stopped streaming because you're not, you know, you're not consistent. Okay, that's going to go there. This is just, I think this is just kind of an interesting color pattern they're having us do here. Okay, and then that's supposed to go here. And that finishes up this imagery here, I believe. I'm just going to double check that's what it looks like. Got the hinge there, white, that there. That piece looks good. This piece is also correct. You know, double check it before you start stacking things on top of it. All right, now we have a piece gathering phase. It's going to be one of this. One 2x1, black 2x1. Those are small. Here's a 2x1, or short 2x1. 3 of these corner pieces, black, I assume. There's 3 of them. 2 of these guys. And we got those 3 of these guys. And 2 of these guys. I've got everything we need right here. This one's a fancy silver one. Okay, so put the pieces we need right here. All right, so start upside down. Put this there. Stack that piece on it, kinda. Turn it around. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do this sort of checkered pattern thing here. This is gonna face that way. And we do a checker pattern. I did my brain games today. You know, I just wanted to do I just had a lot of content I wanted to do today. Okay, then we do the black one. It turned out okay. But yeah, oh shoot, I messed up. The pattern's not right. I'll fix it. I see what I did wrong. This one should have been black. Not a problem. Then we have a black one and a white one. I don't think the patterns, you know, color patterns are not going to affect the construction, but I do want to make sure all the pieces are in the right place. There it is. Okay, this is going to get attached here. Oh, so okay, so we just already built something recognizable. This is a slate for making movies. You know, a slate is you put the, you know, you put the director's name and the scene and the take number, and you go like that, and it's used to synchronize the on camera, the guy who's recording sound, because he hears the crack with the picture. It's actually a very, very, very still used technique. Certainly when there's film involved, but even when in digital worlds, they still use the clapboard. It also helps you know where, you know, what scenes are where, when they were filmed, and what they're supposed to mean long after the fact, which the editor needs. Okay, we're gonna find this. Last piece here. That's gonna go there. Okay, so now, now we built the clapboard thing. Oh, we're almost building it. We got a few more things. Okay, we got these black things here. Wants us to put in here. 1, 2, right. 3. Stick those on like that. And where's the 4th? Here's the 4th. Okay, 4 of those. Next thing is, okay, so we're gonna make, I don't know what these are. All right, this thing here, holding this way, and this piece here holding what direction? You know, like this. And then you're just supposed to kind of put this, I believe, kind of just press this in here. Yeah, okay. It does click in quite nicely. Okay, let's the next thing here. We're going to need one of these. And one of these. Okay, so this piece goes on the top. There, perfect. This piece is going to go on the bottom. Are there a couple different pieces here? Make sure I have the right one. That's the same piece, right? These are all the same. Okay, exactly how does this piece go here? Let me just figure this out. That piece goes there like that. How's this piece gonna go? Because that's not right. It's okay, right, facing the other way. Perfect. Exactly. Okay, that's how it goes. Got it. Perfect. Looks just like the picture. All right, so there's that one there. Now we've got two of the gold ones. Oh, these yellowish ones. Yeah, perfect. And two of these pieces here. Okay, so the other side of the door. Okay, so we want to hold this one like this. Put this here. And build this like that. Build this one's going to go there. Go like that. Okay, from that side it looks exactly right. Perfecto. That's the next thing to do. Okay, two more of these. Two of these. Here, 1, 2. Okay. Okay, that piece, no. Okay, this piece goes there, and that's gonna go on this side. Yes. Perfecto. Oof. Okay, but then this piece is gonna go on that side, so we put this like that first, and then this like that. And it looks exactly like that. Perfect. Okay, now two of these. And they're going to go on the sides. These side pieces here. Interesting. Building something here. Okay. Still looks like the piece. Yes. Okay. All right, now we're going to do two of these cover pieces and 4 of these. There we go. Perfecto. Okay, so first it wants us to kind of move put these in like that and like that. Nope. Nope. Maybe. Yes. That is what that looks like. Perfect. Perfect. Make a second one of those. So we have 2 of these there, and they're going to go on this assembly. Let's see. Face this way. And then that goes like that, and this piece is going to go like that. To make it look like the picture. Here is what it looks like. Still looking just like I think what it's supposed to look like. All right, good job. Step 18. All right, we're going to need 2 of these, and they're going to go here. It's a little tricky to put on. 1, 2. Beautiful. Step 18. All right, so now we're going to need another one of these door thingies. Make sure I'm holding it the right way. Perfect. And this piece is the next one to go on. Make sure I'm holding it in the right direction, right? Yeah, this is the direction it wants to be put on. In there. And then, okay, and then this lines up. These are like animation cells, I think, in a camera. This is, and it's just 2-way like that. I think, or something like that. I thought there were doors, but now I think it's animation. Well, we'll figure it out. There's always some cool stuff in there. Alrighty. Alright, the shutter mechanism. Alright. Got lots more stuff to do. Alright, these are going to go here. One goes in like that. One goes in here like that. Beautiful. All right, next one. And we got another one of these kind of cell things. Okay. Make sure I'm holding it the right way. Okay. And then this door frame thingy. Okay, this is the way it's supposed to fit in. Snaps in. That's that correct direction, I believe. Yes, I think it's important too. Okay, the third one snacks in here to get them kind of aligned. Yeah, because if you look at them, it's kind of hard to tell. If you look at them, I don't know if you'll be able to see it close up. If you look at them there, they're doing this thing where they align up to create an illusion of a three-dimensional image. Or animated three-dimensional. It's hard to say. Or backgrounds that move separately. It's complicated. All right. Let's see. We made the that thing. All right. We're still working on this thing. So we're gonna need 2 of these and 2 of these. Perfecto. All right. So this one. Okay, right. So one of these goes here, and then it's gonna go here. Perfect. And then one of these goes here, and that's gonna go here. Perfecto. And then one of these, and 2 more of these, and 2 more of these. Holding it this way, it goes there, right? Yeah. And then we could put that here symmetrically. And this one again is gonna go that way. Well, that's good. All right, this goes here. All right, it's coming together. It's looking quite good. Now we're gonna rail them, put some rails on the side so they won't fall apart, which is good because they're kind of fragile as are. But once you put this piece on, I think they'll be very strong. Yeah, but now they're not going anywhere. All right, still looks like the picture. Step 24 is complete, I believe. All right, so we need 4 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, are these all the same piece here? 2, 3, 4, they are. Okay, perfecto. Where are they gonna go? All right, so we hold it this way. And they're gonna go how? Oh, they're just gonna build up here. So one goes here. One goes here. See. Like that. And this one's gonna go like this. Yeah. Okay. See, it's a little interesting. That's all I can say. It's not quite the same on that side, but that's fine. So that's why I'm double checking this picture here. Yeah, that is correctamundo. All right, we're making progress. We're almost done with bag 1. We got to get at least bag 2. All right, we're gonna have to stand up and stretch, but that'll be fine. There's one of these, and then this guy here. Okay, so this goes on top. This goes on the side. And then this whole piece is going to go facing which way? This way. Like this. That's exactly, it went in nice and by the way, Pedro, how good to see him. This is a I'll show you the box. Sorry if you came in late. If you're still here, it's the Disney tribute. It's the 100th anniversary Disney. It's called the Disney Tribute. Walt Disney Tribute camera. It includes a little stick. There's a little figure Disney there. Gonna make a tripod. There's this whole camera we're building, and then there's this little set we're building here, which is basically set on a slate that you'd use. It's all based on kind of film thing, but eventually we're going to build this tripod and camera, and it kind of all turns and does stuff. It's a really cool set. So it's already one of those sets in which there's a lot of challenge just to figure out how to get things together, which I like. All right, let's see. We're holding it the right way. We're gonna get to, let's see how many of these. Like 4. Oh no, 4 of these. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 of these. 1, 2. Perfecto. All right, so we're gonna take this and we're gonna put these 2 covers on. So there's a little bit of overhang on each one. There's 1 and there's 2. And then we're going to put those on where exactly? Okay, right, holding it this way. They're going to go on right at the top, I think. Like that. According to this picture, still looks pretty good. Right, yeah, okay, makes some sense there. And then these 2 go here, 1 here. 1 here. I think this is kind of the guts of the camera, but I'm not really sure. Oh, it's definitely been a long ass stream today. I know. Easter Sundays on Fort is 420. Oh, okay, I gotta get this. So later on I'll be after the stream, but you know what I mean. I was before the stream too. But I take a break like an hour before I go stream. I'm like, no smoking pot. Because I don't want to sound super horrible. All right, so let's see. There's this thing here. Wait a minute, what are we seeing? All right, hold it right. We took those on. Okay, we just did step 28. So we put these on. All looks pretty solid. Okay, we've got another step here, which is okay. We got to take these wheelie thingies here, and they're gonna go where? This one's gonna go here. You go on these little things. They got one there. Oh, perfect. One there. And one here. That's the only place it could fit. I'm just going to make sure I got those in the right angles there. Okay, yep. That piece looks exactly like it should. All right. Got a ways to go. We're going to build like a mini camera, I think, here. All right, let's start here. We got this item here. This item here goes like that, according to the picture. All right, now we've got some little tiny piece to get. Here it is. And that piece is gonna go. Okay, holding it upside down. So I mean, does it fit there? I don't think it does. It does. Of course it does. The instructions say it does, so it does. All right, this piece here is going to go face up like that and kind of there. Yeah. Yep. All right, we turn it around like that. All right, then we take a wedge. Here's a wedge. And the wedge is going to go like that. A little wedge. All right, then we got the 2 reels representing the film reels. How are they gonna go on? Oh, I get it. I can see kind of see how they go on. Right here. Yeah, and one here. Building like a tiny little camera. Like there's a big camera and a small camera. The small camera's on the little diorama thingy. We'll get to that. Let's see. Okay, build that. That looks like step 5. Step 6 is we kind of button it up like this. Perfecto. Step 7 is it didn't show us how to put those things on. We missed it. Oh no, well it does mess up. Okay, right now we put those on. Okay, now we put these cap cover things on. It's fine. It is telling us to do it. Right, from this direction here. Perfect. Yeah, this is going to look good. Camera here, and then these are going to cover up this little section here. Very nice. It's looking like a little mini camera, film camera. Okay, and now the film wants us to put the film camera here. Yeah, it's like an animation stand and a film camera. I think it's the intention here. All right, so now we're going to need one of these, one of these. Wait. Hold on. Yeah, one of these, one of those, and one of this. Got it. Perfecto. All right, so let's see here. This piece is this piece. So it wants us to put this on top of that piece. And then this piece, it goes upside down relative to that piece. Right? Yeah. Okay, so now we built that. Yeah, this is, oh, I don't know what this is. Building just like little detail, cool little details. It's going to go in, where exactly? Right in here, I think. Because it shows it from this picture, like right up against it. I don't think it matters that much, but I think that's right. Oh, it's interesting. So all these interesting little jokes. We're definitely doing bag 2, so we got a long way to go. All right, so step 32. Okay, they basically just want you to take it and mount it now to this on. Oh. And it does fit beautifully right on that little clapboard thing. I mean, they're basically just kind of reusing, you know, they're kind of multiple things, but this is kind of a animation table that would have been very similar to one of the designs that he would have used back then. All right, bag 2. I'm going to get up, though, and take a short walk and get some Diet Coke. It's just an issue of sitting for too long in one position. But we're definitely finishing bag 2. Oh, we got all sorts of interesting looking crap in bag 2. I don't know how many sessions we're going to need. I'm going to put these aside because I don't think these are going to be used. Those are extras. Open these. Beautiful. Make sure they're all out there. Got all sorts of weird pieces. Separate these out a bit. See them. Oh yeah, it's gonna be interesting. All right, let me get some more Diet Coke. I'll be right back. Oof. Wish I could put some music on, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm stiff. It'll be fine. Oh. Super stiff. Get the fresh Diet Coke. Be right back. One more minute. Be right back. I can't say me. Alrighty. Let's get this package 2. You didn't hear nothing. You didn't hear nothing. Okay. All right. So we got to build Mickey Mouse. So we got this mini Mickey Mouse. Jeez, what's going on here? Attached to his nose. Mickey Mouse figurine, which is a big one. Well, let's see. So we got to find the legs. Here's some legs. Here's the arms. So we got the big head, this giant Mickey Mouse head on the head there. And then this just basically goes on the body, facing that direction. It's just these 3 pieces. There you go. Mickey Mouse. Going into this. Okay, so we got Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney so far. I think we have Minnie Mouse. We'll see. I think we get like a bunch more. All right, we're starting building some stuff. I don't know. We're not going to build. I don't know what we're going to build. So let's build it. All right, so we need one of these and one of these, which is good. Okay, so that's going to go on like that. 2 more of them. 1, 2. There it is. Step 3. All right, we're going to need 3 of these dowel thingies. We got 1, 2, 3. 3 of these things that have a hole, this kind of hole in them. 1, 2, 3. Perfecto. And 6 of these kind of thingies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pretty sure that's that. It's all correctly sized. Okay. So it wants us to take this thing, place it through here. Place 1 on either side and make 3 of these. Okay, that should be able to do that nice and quick. 1. One of these, make it nice and even. Perfecto. 1. 2. 2 of those. Perfecto. 1, 2. And then 3. Those. Pretty close. Get that all evened up. Perfect. Okay, so 3 of these, and they're gonna go on the top of this item here. 1, make a little kind of complicated machine. Right? Goes on the top. Perfect. 1 hair out of there. Cat hairs in there. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, that looks like the picture. Perfecto. All right, so we're gonna need 1 of these longer red dowels. I only have 2 sizes of those. So we gotta make sure that we get the right size. That's the correct size for that one. And 1 of these guys here. Okay, hold this like that. Perfect, it goes in there. 2 of these. Okay, so holding it like that, and then these are gonna go facing up, which is important because they don't turn once they're on. All right, so that is going to be close to step 5, I believe. All right, step 6, we get another one of this length red dowel and another one of these. Hold it like that. And oh yeah, make it kind of a double one of these. Where that is. It looks right. Very good. Okay, now we're going to need 2 pieces that look, I think they look like this. Right? Yeah, they're 90 degrees. Okay, face this down here. Okay, one's going to face this way, and one's going to face this way. Still looks like the picture. All right, moving on. Hopefully it's right. Okay, 1 of these gray dowels. And this unusual kind of place here. Okay, so the gray dowel goes through here from this side. Oh, yeah, this is definitely going to turn. And then this piece goes here and here. Actually, it may not turn. That, right? With a curve like that. And then this piece gets kind of pushed through a little bit more. It looks like the picture here. Yeah, it does. Okay. All right, then we're going to mount this little thing here somehow. Oof. Oh, this is going to be a little tricky. Oh, okay, I see what it amounts to. It amounts to that. There. Oh, it's this complicated thingy. But that's why I like these complicated Lego kits. Sometimes it takes a while to figure out what they're doing, what they're thinking there, but then it makes sense. Okay, so this is going to go in like that piece and come in kind of tightened in and produce this structure here. Still looks good. This piece is a little okay. Perfect. All right, moving on. Step. Okay, so we're gonna have to make two. Oh, we're gonna make 3 of these. But that means I have to start over. Anyway, these are tripod legs. Gonna be tripod legs eventually. Ah, got it. Okay. Makes some sense. Okay. They're really cool looking too. All right, so here's one of these. Push it in like that. These are going to go facing up, right? Like that. One like that. Okay. And then we have another one of these. Would I do the wrong size? I might have done the wrong size. Shoot. I did the wrong size. That's fine. There's 2 of these sizes. Oh, let's use different sizes. That's the correct size. Okay. Then another one of this side. That goes into here. And then that's going to go in a side hook, right? Like that. Like that. Perfect. And then the same thing here. We've already done this a couple times. So here's one of these. And it goes in like that. And then there's going to be another one to find. Here it is. Okay, that's that piece there. Looks like the right piece. Perfecto. Okay, and then we got the gray dowel. Which one? Or is it black? It's this one. Okay, that's the correct one. That goes in there. Right. And this curvy piece here goes onto these 2 pieces here. On this side. Interesting. All right, so we do this twice. Right? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we do a second one of these. Let's do the second one. Okay, so we're going to start with here. Start going here. It goes like that. This goes up. This one goes up. Is that the right size one? Right, that's the longer one. Okay, good. That's the right one there. 2 of those. Another one of these. There's the last angle pieces. And here's somewhere. There it is. Okay, face that way. Goes in here. Perfecto. 2 of these pieces. One's here. Face that way. And the other one's going to face this way. To make that piece. And then we have another, this time the black. Right, here it is. Goes in there. And gets another one of these curvy pieces, which goes on this way. Okay, that piece. Okay, so we did that twice. Now let's see. Now they want us to do this. Basically, yeah. Okay, so we held this way. Then they want this piece to go here, right? And this piece to go here. And there's kind of the basis of the camera tripod, or just part of the kind of the dolly part of it. I think. Is that how it's supposed to look? I'm just double checking here. Things are supposed to stick out there. Yeah, I'm wondering if I use the right things. No. I'm not sure those are supposed to stick out like that. Oof. When on this step here, let's go back. I mean, it shows me, yeah, it shows using those longer pieces here for this piece here, right? Well, actually, let me figure it out. What part doesn't look quite right? This piece here. That's the piece I think I might have messed up. Let me just see here. Yeah, this one here. Is that the right one? No. This one here is not. So I wonder if I can get it out. It should have been this black one here. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Right? That's the right size for that piece there. Similar piece, but they're not the right piece. But I think I can just put this in here. The right one in. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Now, if we look at it quickly, I'm sure, and the other reason to do that is because I'm sure that piece would have been needed somewhere else. Okay, so now when we look at this here, this part here looks exactly like it's supposed to. Yes. Okay, moving along. All right, so we still have a couple more of these to place to make that symmetrical. All right, one's gonna go here. I don't know. Uh-oh, we have a cat attack. Minor cat attack. There he goes. Going through the Lego. All right, that's one. These little extra side pieces here. Done pretty good. And then the other one's gonna go this way. Yep. Clicky. All right. Completed this step here. Now we've got 6 of these little round items here. They're kind of gonna go where? Like here? Yeah, these guys do go on that kind of style thing. Perfect. Okay, so that one goes there, right? This one goes here. This one's gonna go here. Perfecto. Perfecto. 5 and number 6. Definitely looking like that picture right there. Very nice. Okay. Okay, now it's starting to get crazy. We're going to need, put this here for now, 2 of these. Got them. 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this wheel gear thingy. Okay, facing that way. I guess that's what we're eventually going to build here in this step. All right, so we have each of these spokes gets a thingy like that. So the 1, 2, 3 of the hexagonal spokes. 4. and 2 of them are going to get these covers. 1, 2. Does it matter? No, I don't think it matters until now. Oh, it does matter. Oof. I'm glad I looked. No, it matters. All right, we'll figure it out. Right, you got to look at the center thing here. Okay, this is the correct orientation. Now I figured it out. It's all good. Center. Now it looks like the picture. I mean, they're making a whole point of it by showing it there. All right, that's gonna go. Okay, this is symmetrical now, so I don't think it matters. Let's see. Hold it this way, kind of like that. No. Interesting. That's how it was supposed to go. I don't think the orientation is that specific, but yeah, this piece is gonna be a little tricky to put on, but I'm gonna figure it out. Okay, this way here, and that piece goes on there, and this piece goes on there, and then that piece is gonna go on here. There we go. It wasn't that tricky. Perfecto. It just took a little bit of cajoling, but it is on perfectly good. Well, it's going to be a while. Unfortunately, today's build is not going to complete the builds by any stretch of the imagination. But I will be doing subsequent builds, and you know, if you keep watching, or even if you don't miss a show and there's a VOD, you know, eventually show it. And you know, eventually I'll show off like other stuff I built too. I should have shown off that. Like right here, I've got most recent kit I built. It wasn't on stream, but I built this love. It's called a Robert Indiana Love. It's based on a large statue he did. It's really, really cool. It's very kind of thick and hefty, but it's got this great character of the green and the blue character inside a red thing. It's just a really nice. You build each of the 4 letters separately, and then you stick them together. And then once they're stuck together, they're stuck together. Oh, by the way, I poured myself some Diet Coke, so I'm gonna start drinking that. Another Diet Coke. Yeah, 2 Diet Cokes in one day. I know that's rough. But I feel I need the energy. But we're having fun. I'm really having a good time. I do love it. Okay, we got one of these. My favorite part sometimes is collecting the pieces. One of these, I think this piece here, but we'll figure that out. And one of these kind of reddish pieces here. Okay, so this piece goes like that on the bottom of that. This piece goes on the top of that, if it's the right piece. Yeah, it does. And then this piece goes in the top there to make that. And I believe they're going to want to put this through the bottom here to make this stick out the top. Is it blocked by something? Well, I may not have aligned this correctly. This has to be aligned correctly. It should be aligned correctly. No, I'm not sure. There's an alignment issue, actually, now that I look at this. So I just want to check something here. If I take this off and push this up, can I then align this in any way on this? Yeah. That's probably the way you should do it. No, that's not quite right either. Then it's not on top of that. That direction. Yeah. That one works. Okay, now I've got it put together like it's supposed to. Perfect. Alrighty. Okay. 4 of these. One. Actually, no, I'm not sure where that's not the right place for it to go. You want to go on the end outside piece there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's looking like that picture there. Okay, 4 of these little guys here. Where are they going to go? They're going to go on the inside. 1, 2, 3,
right? That's these pieces. There's not. That's a fifth one, but I probably don't need. Okay, so this step here, 22. So double check, looks pretty good from my viewpoint. All right, next step is gonna be. All right, here's another thing we have to be careful with alignment. This thing here, which is like the motor, the camera mount. Right, so it's showing that there is a. Wants us to align. But which direction? This or that? I think this. Yeah, definitely this direction. But you're right. Should be right. I mean, this, it's not permanent, but let's just see if this looks right. Nope. Yeah, that didn't quite work right because the green things are supposed to actually go in. There's green supports, and I don't think they're going to go in like that. So I may not have put it in the correct alignment. Okay, showing those green things there. That's the correct alignment there. Oh, right. Okay, got it. Yeah. It has to be this way. It's not quite symmetrical, but this is the correct alignment, and this will let those things go through from the back. It just takes a little figuring out. That was the first try was the wrong one. Yeah. Now they will poke through like they're supposed to in the picture. And they do. Yay! Yeah, it's that it is unless you got that caffeine-free Diet Coke. What's it? It's 2:30 p.m. I've been streaming for approximately how long actually? Does it say here? 3 hours. That's not that long. People stream for longer than 3 hours all the time. I usually stream about 2 hours. But Lego is, it's just something where I like to sit back, relax, and take my time, enjoy, take a breath every now and then, look at the picture, go, yep, that's what it's supposed to look like. Perfect. Perfecto. But yeah, we won't anywhere near complete this build today, but I do expect it will be done. All right, so these are going to go into here, this direction. Boy, it's a good thing everything is assembled just like it's supposed to. Right? Am I looking at the right thing, first of all? Yeah, definitely I'm looking at the right thing. Okay, so this just need to be kind of, they do have to pin in there. Perfecto. Pin, perfecto. Next step, 2 of these, 1, 2, and 1 of these gears. Okay, so this gear is symmetrical, top and bottom, so at least don't have to worry about that. Okay. So these go in this part. It's a little tricky. You have to look at the picture, but then it's pretty obvious. That goes in there, and this piece is going to go in here. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. And then these are going to go on top of these. It should just all fit together. Perfect. There's the gear in the camera, top of the cam head. It's looking just like the picture. So we're going to move on. Okay, now we're going to build some stuff. Something that looks like that, whatever the hell that is. All right, so we're going to need 1 of these and 1 of these. Perfect. All right, that's going to go this direction in the middle, like that. Then we're going to need 1 of, I don't know what the heck that is. We'll figure it out. Probably this one. The 1 of these. Okay, and that's another one of this sine wave. this piece is going to go in like this. Not that direction, this direction. Like both of them, presumably. Yes, okay, and then this barrel goes over that. Perfect, just like the picture. All right, we're going to need one of these. And two of these. We got a lot of those. All right, hold like that. These are symmetrical. Yeah. These black connectors. Okay, that's going to go in here. Perfecto, like that. Yes, perfecto. Step 30. All right, we're going to need one of these and one of these. Okay. So that's going to go on here. And then this red piece is going to go in the middle. Like that. All right, we got 4 of these we need, and we got 4 of them. And another piece that looks very unusual, so it's easy to find. Okay, hold it like this. And place these into all 4 the ends at this orientation. Perfecto. Building something complicated looking. All right, that's going to go here, right? Going to this picture. It goes like that. Okay, just built that. 32, step 32, we're going to need one of these. One of those. Okay, there's a hole, I think. It goes in the hole. And that one's going to go in there. Building something articulated. Alrighty, now we're going to need one of the blue ones. This gray dowel, right? The 3, that's a 3 dowel. And then this kind of unusual looking piece here. Okay, so what we're going to do here. Yeah, highlight. I see your highlighted message. Oh my God, it must be important. Are you okay? You know, I don't know what reaction you expect. You know what I mean? All right. Okay, this is going to go in here. But no, I mean, highlighting a message is cool. Not many people do it. I do see a highlighted message. But those are standard, you know. It's like when you sign up effectively for an account, you're going to get, that's what you're going to get. Okay, wait, I got to put this dowel in this side here. Okay. But, you know, hey, I mean, you know, it's definitely allowed. It's all good. You're not breaking the rules. Okay, this is definitely a funny shaped piece. No, I mean, it's click everything. You know, you're not going to hurt anything. You know, you're not going to cause anything to explode, as far as I know. All right, see, so take this, and now it wants us to kind of fold this up. Oh, first of all, turn it this way, right? And fold this up and this over like that. And then this one, I don't really understand what it wants me to do. It wants me to fold it down like that. Okay. No, okay. I'm just trying to, it just kind of wants me to make you these bends so that you can form this shape here, which I've done. All right. One of these, where's that going to go? Geez, okay. Or it's even going to, it goes even further. Or does it want me to do this? Fold this up here and put this in like this, because that's kind of what I think it wants us to do here based on this picture. Yeah, perfecto. Sticks out. And now this looks like that. Even further folded up. Yeah, really. So there should be a self-destruct where the entire, you know, my entire house blows up. I think it should be more than 100 bits, though. Maybe like 200 bits. Anyway, let's see. Okay, this piece, is that this piece? I gotta look up close. Ugh, yes, that's that piece. All right, 2 of these. Whoops, 1, 2. Perfecto. All right, and they're gonna go on these, and they should be not quite the same length, which is good. Where did we fly today? I barely even remember. One of the places was Amboy. Oh, yeah. See, I don't see how these are gonna go on. Hold on a second. Let me look at the picture here. something's going on here. Maybe if maybe if they go like, no, like that. No. Oh, wait a minute here. I might be figuring things out. Amboy, which is that kind of thing. And then we did something else, but I barely remember what it was. Just a different couple of flights. Random places. So let me see how this is. This little part is going to be tricky. Because it's not looking exactly like the piece. I think I might have messed something up, so I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, that's right. So I just don't know how these pieces are gonna. I guess they could fit in there. Just barely. Let me see. This one goes like that. And then how is it gonna fit over this one? Oh, it does fit over it. Right? Yeah. Wow, I didn't think it would. But I should have trusted the Lego gods. Okay, so that piece goes over here. Okay, that's step 36, but that is what it's supposed to look like. Okay. Right? Oh, and they want me to put 2 of them on. That's fine. The first one's the hard one. Okay, second one goes on. Now we want one of these here and one of these here. We're moving again. So this is going to be like that, and then it's going to hang down, okay, like that. If I can see correctly, perfecto. All right, moving on to step 30. We'll need a blue this, which we've got this particular truss kind of thing here. All right, so the blue piece goes in like that. And that's going to get built onto this part here. How? Hopefully like this. It does look about right. All right. Complicated little mechanism. Again, that's why this is an 18 plus Lego build, not one for little kids. Do 2 of these. Little kids get frustrated by some of this crap, this crazy stuff. But we'll figure it out. Alrighty. I mean, I'm sure there's little kids who can build the 18 plus Legos. Alright, so we're going to build something here. Right, okay, we put that blue piece in there. There's that piece, right. So we got this piece. Oh, we start with this one here. Black piece are going to go in that way. 2 of those. One there. One there. It's connectors, okay. And it's going to go in this way to form that piece. And this little red piece is going to go right in the middle. And that's going to go where on this thing we've been building? Right here. And then this is going to fold over like that. That is what it's supposed to look like. All right, moving on. Hopefully. We got one of these. You got one of these. That's going to go right in the middle. And that's going to go on. Let's see. Okay, if we hold this like this, I think it's just going to go like this. These items here. Looking like it's supposed to. It is. Pass quality control. All right, now we're going to start adding that. This kind of gives it's kind of a tilt head. It's a tilting, there's a tilt and pan mechanism. All right, so there's this. It's going to have to go on to here. Oh, actually, it's going to go on quite easily. I mean, basically, it's going to click on. Trust me. All right. So just make sure it's all clear there. Yeah, it's good. It's gonna go. A little bit of force on the correct part. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Perfecto. Oh yeah, this is looking like a the top of a kind of high-end film camera head, and you know, like the picture, which is there. We got a few more things to finishing off here, finishing off little pieces here. All right, so holding this like that, we're gonna need this piece to go in here. Okay, and it did fit, did slide down there. Perfect. We're gonna need 2 of these. Here we go. And they're gonna go, okay, if we hold this piece kind of like that, like on here then. No? Not exactly sure how this is gonna fit in. I think like, kind of like in here. Maybe not. Yeah, they just fit like that. They're not really on that hard. That's fine. Because, yeah, okay, got it. They're on that red thing. Interesting. Yep, that's exactly how they're supposed to go. Perfecto. Oh, yeah, the die cut. Well, we'll definitely complete today's bag because we don't have that much left to do. But I think 2 bags is my deal, and there's 6, so this may be a 3-part build. Although we will be building more, kind of getting more stuff built. I just don't like to rush things too much. Okay, we have this piece and this piece. This piece is going to get stacked onto that piece, right in the middle, like that. And then it's going to go on to which side here? This side here. How exactly, though? Somewhere in here somehow. Yep. Right there. It does attach. It kind of turns, but not that well. I mean, you know, because it's a moving part. Lots of moving parts. Oh, okay. Now we're going to build the thing that the cam head, the, what do we call it? Dolly arm. I forget what you call those things. Okay, we need this, 3 of these, 2 of those, 2 of these. We got everything right here. All right, let's start with this piece here. Yeah, one of these goes in here. One of these goes on the other side. And then we put another one on that side. And then we put this one in here. Very good. And then let's see. This goes on to here. And then they go on that direction. Right. And then 2 more of these. Those, and then the little cap head here. Perfecto. Looks just like it's supposed to. Really cool, actually. And that's going to get shoved in here. So that really kind of completes this, really starts making it look like a real camera piece, the top of the camera. You know, the further extensions to the tripods. But yeah, whoo, that was good. All right, I got some extra pieces. I don't think too many more than we normally have, though. We always have a few. I always like to save them. Maybe I left them out something out. But usually it's just a few extra pieces. At least for the extent of the build, they shall get saved. Woof. All right, so we built this part here, which is the top kind of part of the tripod, and also the this mount here, which is like you can mount the guy, you can have the guys standing on it here. So it's kind of a platform, you know, a diorama platform. But this is it's an animation stand that shows how they'd stack animation in there and then use a reflective, you know, use a light that going in there. I'm not exactly sure what it is, and using a camera that had a mirror, so it was pointing downwards. The lens was pointing downwards, had a 90-degree angle mirror system. It was pretty complicated for the day, but then the camera would shoot a single photo, and then you'd change these plates or move the plates around to indicate something like moving the background while somebody was talking. So you could move a background plate while you were changing the plates of a foreground plate of Daffy Duck talking with whatever. And then they usually had 3, and that's how they provided kind of the illusion of 3-dimensionality as you moved left and right through the window. You also often see them have 2 separate background plates that move at different speed or separately animated. It's kind of really interesting how they duplicated the animation table, not just this big camera. It's pretty cool. I really like it. Okay, well, let me get up here for a second. We're gonna move to the camera. Oh, I gotta stretch a little bit here. No, give me 1 second here. Give me a little outro. Oof. Say goodbye. Here, put my mic right there. That's good. I'm gonna switch to my camera, face cam. Thanks for everybody. Yeah, we're all counting on you. I know. Thank you. One of my favorite movies, Airplane, by the way. Leslie Nielsen, great line. Before Leslie Nielsen did Airplane, he was not known as a comedian, and people really were shocked to find out that he was funnier than hell. And then he did all the police story movies. He did the whatever they called, where he was this straight funny guy. But before he did that, he was in Forbidden Planet, and he was in that submarine movie, the submarine TV show. And he was in a bunch of shows about war, wartime movies and stuff like that. And he was always a straight man. And then he came out in Airplane, and suddenly he was like funny. And people were like, he's really funny. He had great timing there. In that movie. Airplane's one of those movies you can watch over and over again. It's kind of like a perfect movie that's a parody of something else. Other than that, they kind of, there's been a million movies that have been a parody of something else, but they were all kind of echoes of Airplane, which is kind of the perfect parody movie for its time. All right. Yeah, man, I've been streaming for 3.5 freaking hours. I should get paid. I should get paid for this, but I'm not. And that's fine. I don't need it. I don't need the money. But it was fun. I accomplished what I wanted to do. I flew around for a while. We did the morning. We did the brain teasers. I didn't suck too hard. Well, if you know what I'm saying. And then we did a musical segment. I played my guitar, and then we spent over an hour and over an hour and 15 minutes building these 2 bags of Lego. So it's a lot of stream. It's a lot of stream, and I really enjoyed every second of it. So tomorrow we'll have a shorter stream. See, tomorrow is the work day, so I may not really be able to do a 3-hour stream during work day. So what that means is the Lego build may go to might start again on Friday. Let's leave it sitting here. We'll start it up again on Friday because I have plenty of time in the afternoon to do Lego builds on Friday. And then Saturday we'll probably be able to finish it up because I think I'm pretty sure it's going to be 3 builds. Or, yeah, that's the point. Well, it'll be plenty of time. So I just want to let people know if they're really interested in seeing the end of the Lego builds, and I'm always going to have the VODs if you want to do it, then you want to be looking probably Friday and Saturday to see the completed Lego. It should be fun. But in any case, I will certainly stream tomorrow. It'll just be me flying around Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then I'm going to play the piano for a while because it's piano day. And then I'm going to go back to work, take a little time off. That was fun, though. Thanks again for coming by. We had a lot of people come by saying hello, chatting, and that's always a bonus. Leah, geez, did you just show up right when I'm about to leave, But I've been streaming for 3.5 hours. So we're building this. I'm building this Lego kit. So you can see there's Walt Disney there. It's Walt Disney, and he's holding a little animation cell of like a Mickey Mouse. Do you see Mickey Mouse there? That's the Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse. And this is a little clapper. So it's like one of those, one of those things. It's really cool. And then I'll show you the picture. We also got Mickey. We've got a tiny Mickey. Hey, I'm Mickey Mouse. How are you? And then we got so I'm building this. This is the top part of the tripod. It's actually starting to look like something now. But for a long time it didn't. I'll show you the box so you can see what we're eventually building. It comes with, all right, so this is the part we built today. Just this section here. That section. There's a lot to build, but then you build the camera, and there's this like piece of film that comes out of it. And then you can see here, it's hard to tell what this is, but this is a little animation table.
and you get Minnie Mouse. We'll get Minnie Mouse as well as Mickey Mouse at some point. And Bambi, and then we got Walt Disney, and they're standing on this clapper, which you can't really tell there. But this is an animation table. You also can't tell from the picture how cool this is. It's got these cells in there, and see if I can get these the right angle. Yeah, this is the right angle, and it has these individual 3 cells in there. And when you look in there and line them up, you can see a little bit of animation there, and you can kind of see how you'd move these 3. And that's from these 3 different tables, these 3 different tables images that combine. And that's how they made animation. They had these animation tables with these different levels. They'd show a light through the bottom, and then they'd take a one shot with this camera at the top, which had a down facing. With this film camera at the top, which was designed specifically to take one picture at a time. And that's how they animated all this stuff. And he invented so much of the stuff. And he did a lot of the animation himself, did a lot of drawing himself. But I think it's great that they're kind of showing the technology from things. Anyway, Leah, I will be streaming more tomorrow. I already did flying around. We flew around Amboy, California, which is this place, the Route 66 place in the middle of nowhere. Which has all this cool stuff out there that they like a diner with all this details because they've restored it, and there's this old thing. And then we went to we've been doing more Japan flying, so I flew a little in parts of Japan I've never flown around before. You know what I mean? I'm always like, I want to explore. So okay, this is coming together. I always like to check to make sure everything is kind of pressed in after I build it. It's pretty good. Let's see. So you got Walt Disney. Uh-oh. There we go. You got Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse, and they're on the clapper, and they're in front of this thing. And you use these wheels to move the images. And the point is, they had the backgrounds. They'd have 2 different backgrounds, and they'd take a picture, and they'd have the foreground, which is animated. But to move, to have somebody walking, they just move the background a little bit, and they move each one, and they'd use these wheels to calibrate how far they would have to move a background in order to compose an image that looked like it was moving, that looked like the person was moving through the image on a sideways. So did I find any hidden gems? There was definitely a lot of cool stuff to see in Japan. There always is little stuff. It's still the cherry blossom festival there. The cherry trees are blossoming still. So there's always like beautiful yellow and white and pink trees, and it's only in Japan. It's really cool. But no, I gotta go. Finishing up my Diet Coke, my second Diet Coke. This is a long stream. If I have 2 Diet Cokes, it is cool as fuck. Building Lego on stream is just really, really fun for me. So we got 2 of these. This is the manual. This is the manual here. So we got 2 of it. So the bag. We'll start with bag 3 next time. But there's 6 bags, so it'll take a while. But it's gonna be there's all this fun stuff. So. Thank you for coming by. It's always nice to see you, and it's great to chat. And gosh, I'm really looking forward to TwitchCon. You're definitely coming. You gotta go. You don't have to, but I'm hoping that everyone will come. We'll probably have the regular group. Hopefully Bella will show up, but who knows? You never. I don't want to pin anyone down. But TwitchCon is a fun time every year. I'm gonna be driving down. I'm gonna bring my guitar. I'll bring my piano. I'm gonna bring my karaoke mics. And that is a recipe for musical fun, So that's the plan for TwitchCon. All right, I gotta go. Thank you so much, everybody. Especially I don't know, everyone equally. But we'll be streaming again tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, you have plenty of time. The flights aren't gonna get more expensive because you wait a few months. They'll be about the same because it's just San Diego. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't worry about trying to save money by booking early. You could probably book as little as 6 weeks in advance and get basically the same flight. But then it starts getting more expensive until the last minute, in which case, if they need to fill seats, they'll often sell them cheaper. But you don't want to people. I would not be the kind of person who would be a last minute waiter. Yeah. So yeah, the availability. Oh yeah, you want to get the flight you want, things like that. But as I say, San Diego is such a busy, a big airport. It's such a kind of a terminal. It's usually easy to find something. But yeah, definitely get the get the flight you want. That's a good point. It's not like you're flexible on dates because you have to be there for TwitchCon. So it's like what dates you have to be there. as I said, for me, I'm going to drive down. I have the house, so that's all I really need. All I need that. I got the, I load the car up the day beforehand. It's a nice 5-6 hour drive, and that way I have my car there. We can drive around and go to places and not have to worry about necessarily getting a car all the time, which can really be expensive there. But as we mentioned, I don't necessarily love. Yeah. Well, let's say I'll be there Monday. I'm going to do the same thing. I'll be there Monday through Monday. I always do a whole week. You're welcome to come for the whole week or any part of it. The convention is, it's going to be the same now. It's really nice. So the convention itself is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'll be there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The Thursday night is check-in night. That's the most fun night. That's the one I look forward to. Let me know. Well, let me know when you know. I'm doing what I'm doing, and you're invited. So, and hopefully you'll come along. I kind of think, as it gets closer, people start getting more excited about it. And they're, it gets in the air and they start sending out things. And, last year I was like, I'm going to skip it this year. I'm going to skip a year. I'm tired of Twitch. It'll be my 4th in a row. But then I'm like, later on, I'm like, no, it's basically it's my big yearly kind of social event of the year. I'm not going to skip it. Even if it's horrible, it's still a good time. You know what I mean? Even if there's ants all over everything, I'm still having a grand old time. So it doesn't really matter, and it's easy enough for me just to get away for a week. All right, I really got to go. So we'll see you again next time. Thank you so much.